ETM Hotel, Rennie Sean. Welcome in peace. My name is Sean. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in to Kofi Pie Side Research Team. As you can see from the description in the video, we're going to talk about Central Africa, society, culture, and the slave trade. Please like the show, share the show, tell a friend, tell a friend. We live. We're about to get it in. It's going to be very informative. Give me a second here. Kofi, if you listening, where you at? Let me know if you listening. Who all out there in the YouTube world? Let me go ahead and copy the link, post it in the chat. Let me try to pin this. Give me one moment, y'all. As you're coming in, please like the show, share the show, tell a friend, tell a friend. We live over here, man. We at it. We grinding hard. No days off. None, zero. Hope everybody having a successful Friday and all is well. I don't know where everybody at, you know what I mean? But I did see some people somewhere. Let me change the Kofi. Change the account, switch accounts. Hey, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Remember, man, help me out. Like the show, share the show. Hold up, golly. Yeah. Like the show, share the show. Look on the chat. What's up, y'all? Let me pin it. He working. Yeah, you think he working. Kofi ain't working. What he working on? If he working, what he doing? That nigga ain't working. He walking around somewhere with that laptop at work, doing nothing. Hey, man, I'm going to get it in a little bit. Got a little treat for everybody, man, tuning in to the show. For those of you who may catch the replay, please go back and thumb up the video yourself. Let me get this in. Right. Walking around work with the laptop. Trying to go to his desk and do some stuff he ain't got no business. Stuff crazy. What you talking about? No, not the Nzinga book. I know you got that. I got the real book. You know the book that you said that you wanted? The green book. Let me share the screen. Just real briefly. I got that book. Yeah. That book right here. That book. This is what we in right now. This book right here. Yeah, ain't that the book you talking about? That's the book you talking about, ain't it? Yeah. That's what I thought. So let's get into it. What up, coach? This is what we're dealing with today, y'all. Part 1. Central Africa society, culture, and the slave trade. We're gonna walk through this, and we're gonna get through this chapter 1. We're gonna have a little fun in the process. I put the link in the chat, and I put the link to the StreamYard in the chat. So for anybody want to join it, feel free to join it. Come rock with us. We're gonna have a discussion a little bit. So it's time to go in. So this chapter was written by Joseph C. Miller. And then this chapter has got some unique things that we need to discuss, and dealing with the 1490s to 1850s. So, as you can see, page 21 of the book, understanding Central Africans who reached the New World as slaves requires consideration of at least 4 phases in their disruptive lives. One, how the Bantu language speaking people living in Africa south of the equator thought about themselves and the many local worlds they live in from the 16th through the mid 19th centuries. Two, how those captured cope with removal from their homes, communities, and hardships of being marched into unknown coastlands and eventually loaded on the ships, and the trauma of the oceanic middle passage. And three, how they might have remembered or drawn on the experience once forcibly resettled in Spanish mainland colonies in Brazil, in the West Indies, and in North America, depending on what form from their former lives in Africa they recognize as relevant to forge a new senses of community in the Americas, with others of different backgrounds enslaved alongside them under specific challenges of surviving that varied enormously throughout the continents and over the centuries. So this paper draws upon a growing secondary literature of Central Africa during those times to historicize, as far as the current knowledge permits, the first two of these abrupt transitions in their lives of Central Africans enslaved. Historians are now specifying with increasingly useful precision that rapidly changing African contexts of time and place that they experienced during the more than 350 years that elapsed between the first 16th century ships of African men and women abroad as slaves and the end of systemic transport of youthful captives in after 1860. Uh, it treats the people involved, their age, sex, gender, and particularly their senses of community rather than abstract cultures or cultural elements. It considers also the human experience of the inhumane brutality of being seized and driven toward the coast as these two evolved through time. All right. Yeah, share the show. He said, "Oh boy, what up? What up? What up? What up?" So, let me make sure that y'all can see this. Let me go back. Remember, if you're on your cell phone, you want to go ahead and change your quality in advance to the best quality that you can to make sure that you can see this. I'm trying to do this and make it visible for y'all. So people can see that I'm not making anything up and we can read it directly from the source. And then if we need to get into some primary stuff, then we can stop it, pause it, research it, and pull from other sources, extract from other sources to substantiate the information provided in this particular chapter. Now, most Central Africans had thought of themselves primarily in terms of social identities constructed out of a family and other local communities. All right, so it's a footnote one. Here we need to understand this. In their communal self-identification, they did not differ from Africans from any other part of the continent. Okay. We could look at personal accounts reproduced by Philip Curtin. Also, Africa Remembered Narratives, which I have this book, which is narratives by West Africans from the era of the slave trade. And then, there's some other things that go on there for some other sources that give you basically the identity of how Africans saw themselves. All right. It's a lot of sources right there to back that up. Cool. Now, for them, the essence of enslavement consists of being stripped of their primary sense of self, and they accordingly struggled in the New World to restore or create a communal sense of identity. Just within the first two sentences, where actually this second sentence, it sets the stage of what most people haven't really argued in many conversations surrounding the enslavement of our ancestors, rather in West or Central Africa, and brought to the New World. And I'm going to say that again, because here lies one of the main issues they struggled in the New World to restore or create a communal sense of identity. Now, the history of Central Africans as a member of a conscious communities in the New World thus arose out of the arrival of sufficiently large cohorts of people of useful, similar backgrounds who confronted enslaved others of sufficiently different character at moments when both mobilized as groups by turning into the backgrounds in Africa that they shared. The more general and distinguishing the attitudes and behaviors on which they drew, the better. Local idiosyncrasies, no matter how important formally to the individual, counted for a little in the social process, vital to surviving slavery in the Americas or of creating new social identity out of old symbols. To the extent that they identified themselves in opposition to their masters, they did so as slaves. In America, they drew on symbols of African province primarily to distinguish themselves from one another. Complex mixtures of cohorts of Africans from many different backgrounds would have intensified the tendencies for all concerned to pour the new wine of life under slavery into the old bottles of their backgrounds. Local origin, numbers, and timing thus form the background of Central and other Africans in the New World. Enough people of the right sort at the right moment in the right circumstance can make effective use of experiences in their former lives. This paper therefore proceeds from what scholars now know or surmise about the demographic patterns of the Atlantic slave trade to identify such viable groupings of Central Africans arriving in the Americas, and then returns to Africa to consider more inferentially the kinds of distinctions there that may have recognized and drawn on. Now, it takes into account where possible of ongoing creations of new collective identities in Africa that reflected the profound transformations proceeding from the social and personal tensions provoked by contact with the commercial world of the Atlantic, the resulting traumas of slavery, and the radical strategies that successfully adopted to survive. So, one, right? It leads to the other contributions to this volume, the elucidation of the particular American context that provoked resort to specific resources from Central Africa. This is what we know about who came from Central Africa. The a great, how do I say that? Aggregative, I don't know, I can't say it right now. Statistics of the Atlantic trade provided a demographic basis for attempting to understand the Central African component of these cultural strategies of Africans enslaved in the Americas by indicating when and how many people from what parts of the coast boarded the ships as slaves and where in the New World the survivors were sold and settled. Broadly summarized, the first Central Africans to be captured and sent away in significant numbers came from the era of the Lower Zaire River. Most of them, some hundreds in most years, went to the Gold Coast for sale to gold mining interests in the Akan region, often via the equatorial island of Sao Tome in the Gulf of Guinea, for provisioning and refreshment. From there, a minority may have joined the flow of captives from Upper Guinea to Lisbon and Seville, and after 1518 from Iberia, a few found themselves sent on across the Atlantic to the Spanish West Indies. By the 1520s, Portuguese and others on the island held enough Central Africans in transit at Sao Tome, most from the lower Zaire River basin, along with the survivors of the captives taking there from Benin. Before the West African state ended sales of slaves to Europeans in 1516. Now, to employ them in cultivating sugar on significant scales, the number of those arriving in the Portuguese government authorized ships seemed to have risen to the range of more than 1,000 in most years. As sugar prospered on Sao Tome in the 1520s and 30s, the Tomista planters supplemented the slaves available from the transit-oriented trade with local slaving ventures of their own. Some of these surely arrived through personal networks reaching deep into the emerging Christian aristocracy in the Congo, of course, but others came from the hills above the Kwanzaa River, where Angola warlords were waxing powerful among the farmers living in the region and selling some of their captives to Tomista traders along the lower Kwanzaa. Presumably, an increasing portion of the Central Africans taken to Sao Tome came from these regions and from the adjoining southern provinces of Congo during the 1540s and the 1550s. They attracted Portuguese government interest in the area during the 1560s, leading to a diplomatic context by then dominant Angola and Kalanju kings and to the establishment of the Portuguese military base at Luanda Island, which is Sao Paulo de Assemblée de Luanda in 1575, just north of the river's mouth. Though no quantitative estimates survive to support inferences that seem obvious from the context, the numbers of Angolas joining older generations of Benin and Congo backgrounds of Sao Tome surely grew to several thousands in some years. Only a few would have continued on to Portugal, Spain, and the American settlements of both European nations among Africans from Upper Guinea. During the turbulent 1570s, revolts on Sao Tome disrupted the island's trade and sugar production, and the metropolitan military presence along the lower Kwanzaa began to divert a growing portion of captives acquired. Here's this map, and we're going to come back to that. There, after 1580, to the Spain's colonies in the Americas, and the nascent colony became subject to the unified crown of Spain and Portugal in 1580 to 1640. As drought added to the afflictions of the people living in the hills above the Kwanzaa in the 1580s, the Angolan War spreading from the expansiveness of the Angola and Kalanji and from the growing intrusions of the Portuguese military force bases at Luanda reached profoundly disruptive proportions. So let's take a look at this map. At the top of the map, you can see where it says Mina, Gold Coast, Benin, Sao Tome, the island, and then it takes you on down the Luanga coast. You'll get to the Congo. You see the Zaire River, and then you see the Kwango River, and then the Kwanzaa River and the Kwa River. This is how you know you're in the Congo, because they always got that K in front of it, not a C like we see spelled today. It's always a K linguistically. All right, so boom, just let it go, bro. If you don't know what's going on, just let it go. Because you don't even know the argument. This don't even have nothing to do with Nzinga, bro. At all. At absolutely zero. And it shows how much some people might know, because you sit here and say that she sold people into slavery, but you never mentioned the fact that she blocked the slave trade routes, which wouldn't allow trade to continue for the Portuguese. So you say she sold people. Why was she blocking slave trade routes? And it's not about Nzinga. But if you're gonna say that she sold people, then also say that Nzinga also blocked routes, which halted people being sold. He said, "I'm stuck in October." Boy, you crazy. Yeah, man. We ain't talking about Nzinga though, bro. But if that has to be a part of the conversation, then also just mention her um, involvement in shutting down slave trade routes. But anyway, so we have the Gold Coast Mina, Benin, Sao Tome, Luanga Coast, and then all the areas in the Congo, We only see one river named here, Bengo River, and then the Angola Kilanji. You see them right here near that. So you have the Kwanzaa River, Luanda, right, which is sufficient here. Because a lot of these, look, from Brazil and Europe, a lot of the people that left from here went here. A lot of people that was leaving from Sao Tome was going to Brazil, the West Indies, and Europe. So what we have on the screen is a pattern, right? These people that all come from the Gold Coast on down, right? They were going in those three places. Whereas from the Congo, they were going to Brazil and Europe. That's a long ride. All right, so this also should add, like when we did a little reading, when we did bring up Nzinga, okay, and we did talk about like the rivers. This should give you better insight as to which river that people was taking to get to certain kingdoms, because you heard a lot about the Kwanzaa River. You heard a lot about the Kwa River. Those rivers would take them, and how long it would take to travel those rivers. That's why some rivers would take about a month travel, depending on which year it was, because they didn't have the equitable boats, and rowing probably upstream was a difficult task. All right, so this just puts context into what we basically was dealing with. Now, let's move on a little bit. So, merchants based in Portugal as subjects of the Spanish crown gained licenses to send them as slaves to the Indies under Spain's asiento, exploiting the anguish along the Kwanzaa to buy as many as 10,000 Central Africans each year by the early 1590s. So what we have here are merchants based in Portugal that are placing orders for Central Africans. If we go back 2 paragraphs, we're dealing with what they needed Central Africans to do. It was to work sugar, right? All this was about sugar at this particular time, especially in Sao Tome. So they would go there first. All right. So shippers could acquire captive refugees at prices so low that they could afford the high mortality inevitably sustained in the process of working out maritime strategies of carrying such large numbers of people on the lengthy transatlantic course from Central Africa across the perilous equatorial doldrums to the Caribbean ports of Spanish America, Cartagena, and Veracruz. Yes, you heard me say that correctly. Shippers acquired captives or refugees at prices so low that they could afford the mortality rate. These new transatlantic markets extended only secondarily at first to the emerging sugar plantations of the northeastern Brazilian capacities of Baja and Pernambuco. The well-connected Lisbon-based agents of the merchants holding Spain's Assanto brought Central Africans in Luanda and sold some of them for silver pesos in the cities of the Spanish Americas, and others to the Rio de la Plata en route to the administrative center of Adine silver mining at Lima. All right, so Chef, you remember when you were saying that Nzinga was selling people? And you basically, and then I asked the question, like, how do you know that your people was from that area, Central Congo and all of that? This is one of the reasons why I asked, because of the direction of the people, uh, you know, how they went in different places and stuff. All right. Now, other traders often Sephardic backgrounds. You know who this is, Sephardic. We're talking Jews. You hear me? Listen closely, ladies and gentlemen. Other traders often of Sephardic backgrounds. I'm going to say it again. Other traders, often of Sephardic, these are Jews involved in slave trading backgrounds and connected to Netherlands-based financiers behind the takeoff of Brazilian sugar. They with the money. Would have inherited the Tamastas role as intruders on this government-regulated trade, and from the 1580s through the 1630s, would have sought to open new trading contexts and locations remote from the bureaucratic controls that excluded them at the governor's post at the Luanda. Now, the latter seem to have probed the river mouths and bays along the coast south of Kwanzaa and probably added a third source area of Central Africans, making contract there with suppliers who exploited local conflicts among people living below the escarpments that led up to the massive and populous highland plateau within the great bends of the Kwanzaa and Kunu rivers. Fewer than 8 to 10,000 captives sent each year from the coast south of the Zaire River mouth reached northeastern Brazil. Let me stop right here so you can look at the map again and understand what we're talking about. We talked about the Zaire River, the Kwanzaa River, here's the Kwango River, and the Luango coast. Okay, among this coast, you have this hasn't been mentioned, the Benjo River, but the Kwanzaa River has, and the Kwa and the Kwango. Well, I stop at. All right. Now, reasoning from this political economic context, one can surmise that the first generation of Central Africans settled in northeastern Brazil came primarily from the coastland south of the Kwanzaa River. Now, remember, we talking about the first people, the first enslaved people that were sent to the New World. We now know where they ended up. They ended up in northeastern Brazil, and they came from near the Kwanzaa River, along with fewer people of the Luanda hinterland and other areas of Lower Zaire, and would have joined enslaved Amerindians and other captives from West Africa and laboring population of a very diverse backgrounds. Central Africans thus dominated the initial slave populace of the Americas at the beginning of the 17th century, with approximately equal numbers in Spanish cities and on sugar plantations in Brazil. Now I have a text. Hold up. Where this text at? All right, here you go. So I have a text called African Slavery in Latin America and the Caribbeans. It's written by Herbert Klein and Ben Vinson III. It talks about pretty much what was transpiring right here, and backing that up. So I always have to have multiple texts that actually to back things up, because especially when you're talking about the slave trade and where people were going and why they were going and the purpose of what they were going for, you have to do that. So if you don't have American Slavery in Latin America and the Caribbean, I got the second edition. It's a boring book, but what I mean boring, it could be because it's so many words on the pages. If you look at the book, it's an immense amount of words from top to bottom. But the Dutch definitely disrupted these early 17th century flows of Central Africans during the 1640s by adding Luanda and Portugal, other African ports, to earlier seizures of most northern Brazil. This Dutch occupation of Portugal's slaving nexus in the southern Atlantic coincided with the end of Portuguese merchants' access to Spanish markets under the union of two Iberian crowns, the initial extension of sugar production in the Americas and the West Indies, and the entry of the English into systemic slaving along the shores of Western Africa. Now, Portuguese forces from the unconquered regions around the Guanabara Bay in the south of Brazil drove the Dutch out of Luanda in 1648. and stayed on to develop intermediate slaving along Central African coast south of the Kwanzaa Mouth in the 1660s. They gradually consolidated their early trade in the region at a settlement called Bengula on the bay of previously known the cows they found grazing on the shores. By the 1670s, man, these people finna come up. By the 1670s, they were sending raiding parties onto the populous plateau and had secured government coverage at a military post established well inland at Kakondo. So let's look at footnote 16, which is from Miller, Angola Central El Sur por War 1840. All right, so that's got to go backwards into this book, The English Imperialist, The Rise of the African Slavery in the Americas book. All right. As planting interest in the Pernambuco took the lead in reestablishing the Portuguese commercial presence in Luanda in the 1650s and 60s, Central Africans from Kwanzaa area enslaved between the 1660s and 90s thus found themselves in Brazil. So Kwanzaa area, you was going to Brazil. Mostly in the Pernambuco, perhaps secondly in the Bahia. Now, those sent from the region south of the Kwanzaa included a growth of proportions of people from the high plateau who would have joined older populations of Native Americans among the slaves in southern Brazil, mostly around Guanabara Bay, increasingly known also by the growing settlement on its shores of Rio de Janeiro. A largely distinct flow of Central Africans developed from the bays north of the mouth of Zaire River, the so-called Luanga coast, to other parts of the Americas from the 1670s through the 18th century. The Dutch, more or less excluded after 1650 from coast south of Zaire, mouth by the Portuguese government surveillance, converted older commodity trades along the equatorial coast to the north to sources of slaves for the sugar plantations they were then spreading throughout the islands of the Caribbean. Now, in the 1670s, English slavers also advanced east and south from the initial slaving stations in Western Africa to the Luanga coast to buy slaves for their own, you know it, they needed their own dang people. So they needed people to work their own sugar colonies in the Caribbeans, but they also needed extra people that they also could trade. Now, with secondary extensions of the trade to Chesapeake tobacco colonies to the Carolina Low Country after 1700 or so, the French followed in the 1720s and 30s as numbers of captives they needed to develop sugar, and St. Domingo exceeded the capacity of their original trading sites in Senegambia and Ouida on the slave coast of West Africa. The Northern Europeans knew the entire coastline of Central Africa south of Cape Lopez of Angola, and they designated slaves they purchased there as Angolas, employing the term in a sense entirely different from and considerably less district than Portuguese and Brazilians' use of it. For the Portuguese, the Kingdom of Angola had referred to in the 1570s to the region subject of the Angola Kalanji, the African ruler, along with the Middle Kwanzaa, after government officials established their principal slaving ports at Luanda in the early 17th century. They designated the inland regions subject to their military control as the Reino e Conquista de Angola. Angola thereafter served in Brazil as a cognative to Luanda in distinguishing slaves embarked through government formalities executed at the designated port of embarkation. However, the Angolas reaching the Caribbean and North America aboard the ships of the French, Dutch, and English in the 1670s onward had begun their middle passages at any of the bays north of Zaire, Mayombo, nearest Cape Lopez, then Luanga, Melembo, Cambida, and Congo River, as the Zaire was known mouth itself. In the 1770s and 80s, the French also acquired a small portion of Angola slaves they took to the Antilles from Bengulu and the rivers to the south as far as the Kunini And the English intruded as well on the coastline claimed by the Portuguese, mostly south of Luanda in the 1760s and 70s. They didn't say that they came in, they said intruded. All right, so let's go back to the map here. As we can see from Upper Guinea to the Mina coast, on down the Luanga coastline, you have Luanga, Bengula, and then you have the rivers that we continue to keep mentioning regarding to Congo or Angola. And then you see where they ended up in Brazil, Bahia, you see here. So there's a lot of Central and West Africans in South America who normally don't want to claim their ancestry. Well, I think they are now. Going from there. Okay. So this should give us some insight, right, into the travel specifically. Now, I do want to make mention here of something that is very important in what we just read. And this has everything to do with a port, right? You know, when Europeans established a port, when they establish a port, right, it's on and popping, straight up and down. If they establish a port, it's on and popping. So when we talk about other historical narratives, which we did a few months ago, this was never really spoken of, right? That port in Luanda. Who would give the okay for a port to be built in Luanda? And look what that is right here, right off the coastline, right near the Kwanzaa River. This is essential because when you're going into Central Africa and you're at the tip of this Kwanzaa River, if you see where my arrow is, I don't know if you're on your cell phone, if you can see it or not, but I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. Let me see. If I double tap. Double tap ain't going to work on my mouse. So I'm going to go 300% on the map. I'm going to come down a little bit. And I think everybody should be able to see this now if you're on your cell phone. This is Luanda right here. There is a port here where ships can come, pick up what they need, and go. Historically, no one has argued about this port in Luanda. And it is right off the river. So you know that people in the Congo, right, that was inland, would get to the river and then they would travel here. Then you had people who would paint this narrative that they marched the people from inland all the way to the coast, not knowing that not everybody took that path. They mostly traveled via the rivers. They would get them on them little boats. And I know everybody has seen paint. Okay, you haven't, if you haven't seen the paintings, let's get into that. I got a lot of tabs up. I want to see if I can find, yeah. I'm just trying to give y'all an example of what these boats look like. Right here. These were slave canoes. Right here. Depending on how many canoes, look, boy travelers on the Congo, see? I kind of cheated but didn't cheat because I knew that the Congo was using these boats. But you never hear this because people still think that they were just marching people inland. No, they were marching people inland to these little rivers where these boats would be that they could travel through those boats all the way down to those coastlines and then load them from there. So the narrative of just taking people from inland and them walking for thousands of miles, that wasn't the case for everyone. It wasn't the case. They had these boats, these little river boats. It should be some other ones, but they had plenty of them. But people think this is the narrative right here. This is the narrative. That they just walk people through Africa from inland all the way to the coastlines, and they walk like this torturous walks. What's torturous is how they did the men. But what most people don't even know about is that women love their men so much so that when they would enslave men, the women and the children would come automatically to follow their men. They didn't even have to chain the women. And sometimes during the slave trade, the women would just follow them. Now, somebody's gonna be like, "What's the source for that?" I got it on my Facebook. It's in one of my slave trade posts that many people didn't know that I had, that I've had since 2016, 2015, 16, 17, and 18. All right. Let's continue. I think we read all of this. Yep, we did. Okay, so here's another map. Excuse me. See there, Luanda coast. Bringing them there. Now, Portuguese shipments of Central Africans to Brazil from the south of the Zaire continued the patterns of the 17th century until the abolishment of the British trade and the British West Africa squadron's intrusion on the slaving of other nations altered these southern Atlantic connections after 1810. All right, this is, after 18, once the British decided to dial back their participation in the slave trade, they didn't abolish slavery in Britain at all. The British still had slavery in Britain even after abolishing the slave trade, or after their first act. Now, if you went to the Mossy Warrior Clan YouTube channel today and you watched the premiere video that was played today, then you would actually see that the British still had slavery in Britain, although that they were trying to stop trading. Now, the southern Brazil merchants of the growing city of Rio, another map, de Janeiro, multiplied the activity of Bengala many times over in the 18th century to supply slaves to the gold and diamond workings of Minas Gerais. All right, so let me take you back, developing a considerable fleet that carried people originating from deeper and deeper in the southern highlands of Central Africa. Let me stop right there. Well, I can go to the next sentence. They also replaced Pernambucans as the major buying in the government slaving port of Luanda. So let me stop right here. And I got to go back to a map. Nah, I ain't going to go back to the map. Y'all cool with this. As you can see, map 1 showing them going to the top of South America and even into the islands. And then you see them focused on directly to the islands. But look at where they're coming from. Right off the Kwanzaa River. The Bongo River is right here. And then that other river is right here, the Kunani River. Notice there's always ships off the coastline near rivers. If you go and you look at where all the slave ports are along the coast of West and Central Africa, you're going to see them close to rivers. Now, they also replaced, I read that. Now, Pernambuco obtained its slaves mostly from Bahia. And then we got another one. Look, and they just showing you the routes of how people was coming up into the New World. And secondly, through resources of its own in Upper Guinea, and only in modest numbers from Luanda, amplified for only a brief and unhappy period in the 1760s and 1770s by the Lisbon-based Companhia, I guess it's supposed to be General, but Geral de Pernambuco e Paraíba, excuse that. Now, these years of the Rio traders' dominance at Luanda and Benguela, when they carried as many as 15,000 to 20,000 captives to South Central Brazil in some years, consolidated Central Africans as a dominant group among the slaves in and around the city of Rio de Janeiro, and along with Western Africans sent up the valley of São Francisco River and Bahia, accounted for significant portions of slaves assembled on the gold and diamond diggings in the Minas Gerais. The first group of slaves, sugar captives. The first group of captives were sugar driven. The second group of captives in the later years, gold and diamond digging. Fewer reached in Brazilian Northeast, where the tone of life under slavery cohort around the Western African backgrounds of the majority of those enslaved there. To the considerable extent, the Rio merchants delivered the increasing numbers of slaves sent to the Rio de la Plata during the 1790s. The enslaved populations of the last years of Spanish colonial rule there consisted largely of people from Western Central Africa. Portuguese and Brazilian slavers did not compete with the Northern Europeans along the Luanga coast in the 18th century, but the dynamic Rio traders took advantage of disruptions in the French and British during the European wars in the 1790s. Maybe this was the war that Sheffrin was mentioning in that video about the British, his buddies, but that didn't have anything to do with the slave trade. So they began delivering cabindas to Brazil after 1800 and continued through 1840. They also added people from several parts of Mozambique to the African populations there in the coffee producing regions, then developing in Sao Paulo and the Paraíba Valley of South Central Brazil. Fewer Central Africans went to the Brazilian Northeast, except possible from Cambida and Malimbo in the 1810s and 1820s, where shippers from Pernambuco and Bahia joined in exploiting the sources abandoned by the Northern Europeans. However, the numerous ships reported as reaching Bahia from those sub-equatorial ports after 1817 in the era of the British West African Squadron was becoming increasingly active against Portuguese and Brazilian slaving north of the equator in Western Africa may well have been concealing their customary but illegal trade at Ouida and elsewhere on the coast they knew as Mina. Here we go. Let me zoom out just a little bit. So here we have a chart. This chart is talking about basically slaves, and this is by the thousands, so 5,000, 10,000, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40,000. And then going this way is the years from 1650 to 1830. And then they're going to give you destinations. If you look in here, and you see the Luanda, Benguela, Northern Coast, Luanda, Benguela, over the years. At its peak between the 1780s and 1800s, so around like the 1790s, at its peak, you're seeing 15, almost 20,000 slaves, and then what this represents there. And then you start seeing a downshift of the numbers of estimated exports. All right, so we cool there. All right, so as Britain gradually suppressed Atlantic slaving through the 1820s and 30s, the British commercial interests behind the trade shifted their activities to supporting the Brazilians and Portuguese buying at the ports they had once dominated, prominently, including Central Africans, ones north of Luanda, and worked behind the scenes, along with merchants from the United States, in extending these sources through Havana to provide enslaved field laborers to expanding productions of sugar in Cuba and Puerto Rico. A significant and increasing portion of the Africans assembled in the Spanish Caribbean from the 1820s to 50s thus boarded slave ships at ports all along the Central African coast from Cape Lopez sent to Benguela. Let me stop right there. This is during the illegal slave trade era. Remember, the British had for themselves abolished slavery. There was no slave trading activity going on for the British. However, the British had warships off the coastlines of Western Central Africa that would capture and turn ships around, returning people back to the continent. But you did have ships that could evade the Brazilian warships, and they began to use pretty much smaller, faster boats that they actually can pack with people and get around those warships and continue their trading on into the almost up into the 1900s. Okay, so we got to get that understood. Now, slaving to Brazil from Portuguese ports in Africa became illegal after 1830. Remember, 1833 is for the people who love the Britons so much. That is when they officially abolished slavery. 1833, they passed that act. All right. Now, and so the Rio merchants active in Luanda diverted their continuing human cargoes through less closely observed bays along the coast of north of the city, mostly at the mouths of the Imbrajit River or Ambriz, and followed the traders serving Cuba up the Zaire to conceal loading sites along the banks of the lower river. By the end of the transatlantic slaving in the 1850s in the Spanish Caribbean, Western Central Africans formed the most recent and very large cohort of immigrants among the plantation workers, alongside an urban slave population of much older and more diverse origins. They had decreased to insignificant proportions among the mostly Western African slaves in Brazilian Northeast, and were joining many generations of predecessors in the largest flow of captives of the era in the increasingly complex mixture of Africans among the slaves in Rio and other cities and on new coffee estates of South Central Brazil. From the general patterns of merchants active in Central Africa and from the voyages recorded in the Harvard database, summarizes the shifting concentrations of Central Africans in the Americas. Now, which Central Africans reached the Atlantic? Let's go. The distinguishable aspects of the lives of Central Africans ensnared in slaving, on which they might have drawn as they redefined themselves in the New World, centered or shared understanding of community, generally in the areas of human experience characterized as religious. Now, religious, the security of family symbols of power and authority, awareness towards strangers, and particularly the broad linguistic similarities through which people who talk with one another on a day-to-day basis express easy familiarity of spontaneous commonality. All right, let me go up a little bit and let y'all see this map, because here's the Atlantic. Now, this is a more centralized picture. You got Luanda right here. You got the Kwanzaa River flowing right there. You got the Kumbango River that meets the Kwanzaa River. You got, you're going to see some names that you've heard before here. The Kasi River, the Kwango River, Lunda here, the Chakwi, Linwina, Luvale Rivers, Lanzu, and the Zambezi River, and the Zaire River, right? And then you see here the Ngangala, right? And then you have the Kansenje, the Mataba. You've heard these names. The Congo Highlands, the Congo, the Nkisi River. These are names that we've heard before. So, and this is the Kalahari Desert, and as you can see, the little freckled dots is the sandy soils, and those staggering lines are significant changes in elevation. Remember, most of those boats were having to go upstream, but as I was trying to tell y'all earlier, those people that were enslaved were put on those little river boats, and they were rowed to the coastlines. Not everybody walked to the coastlines. All right, now we read that one. Now, nearly all the Central Africans who ended up as slaves in the Americas came from agricultural backgrounds. Those from the grassy woodlands, let me read the rest of this and I'm going to go back, that comprised most of the region drawn into the meetings the voracious Atlantic demanded for enslaved. Let me see. Let me do this. Hold up. Can I? Nah, I don't do that. Never mind. They won't let me do it. What I was going to try to do is see if I can double page it, but I probably got to go out. With holes and plots and land they cleared and planted for only a few years until declining soil fertility forced them to move on to clear and plant elsewhere. For those in the forest regions in the basin of Zaire River, clearance for cereal agriculture meant dealing with much heavier vegetation. They added bananas and root crops and thrived in their wet, shady environs. Everywhere people lived in small to moderate sized village communities of kin, in-laws, clients, and others of familiar backgrounds. All of these small communities sought to grow by reproducing dependence of, and by attracting clients. And success meant denser populations that forced further particularizations of the unique adaptations to local environments that gave them their sense of who they were. At the same time, growing uniqueness also allowed them to exchange specialized products and also people trained to produce them with their neighbors who had developed complementing strengths by living in other circumstances. Context predicated on complementary differentiation conveyed only a limited sense of commonality. The densest population, who would become the principal source of captives for trade, thrived in the intermixed forest and savanna that ran inland across the continent along the latitude of the mouth of the Zaire River. In the dry grasslands to the south, farmers concentrated around the isolated moist valleys of the major rivers, the Kwango and Kwanza in the west, and the floodplain of the upper Zambezi in the southeast, and the lower Kunani and the Kumbango in the south, and particularly on the relatively rainy high plateau within the bends of the Kwanza and the Kunani rivers. Populations in the forest region generally concentrated along the rivers at lower population densities, except around Malibo Pool, but in the closer contact with one another along a long distance because of the mobility of fishermen who pursue schools of fish up and down the river, and because of their thriving commerce in food and artisan specialties that link villages over hundreds of kilometers of navigable waters. So let me stop right here and let me go back up to this particular map. So here you have, let me back. Dang it, that's gonna mess y'all up online. Yep. All right, this should be good. So here you have the periods, ports, destinations of slavings from Central Africa. And this is basically from 1500 to 1520, Zaire mouth. Portuguese was the carriers. They were sent to the Gold Coast and Sao Tome. 1521 to 1575, same thing. But they would go to Lisbon and Seville. From the Kwanzaa port, Tamistas, Sao Tome. The Tamistas were the carriers. Remember, these center names are the carriers. Luandas for the next from 1576 to the 1700. Luandas was the central port. And you had the Portuguese, Dutch, and the Pernambucans. They would go to Spanish America, Pernambuco, Bahia, northeastern Brazil. Those from Bengulu River or the port, Rio de Janeiro, southern Brazil. Small numbers. From 1670 to 1807, you had the Luango coast. You had the Dutch, French, and English. They would go to Suriname, Caribbean, Jamaica, also the North Port. So in 1670 to 1807, most of those Jamaicans that we know today, right? Congo. And the English dropped them off. We go down further. We continue that same pattern, but we have Luanda. You got the English, Portuguese, and Rio de Janeiro. They speak for themselves. So again, these are the ports. These are the players. This is the destinations. All right. Now I did it where people could see it on their cell phones. I zoomed in good enough for people, unless you got a iPhone 5 or something like that, with them little bit of screens. But it is what it is at that point. All right. So, all right, now the language communities of the region reflected these broad economic strategies tailored to the specifics of the environments where farmers collaborated closely in exploiting the wealth of the lands and particularly the rivers. The languages of the large Bantu family that they spoke derived from their remote descent from farmers who had gradually settled the region many centuries earlier and whose descendants over the half millennia or so before 1500 had attained population densities that forced definition of the very communities who engaged traders from the Atlantic in the slaving era that followed. The underlying destinations among the African languages, not their broad similarities, provided starting points for effective collaboration, if not also for group sentiment. These differences were sharper south of the forest, reflecting the tendency of populations forming areas of southern fringe of the area of continuous habitation, where the rains became less reliable and the soils grew more porous toward the Kalahari Desert, to concentrate in widely separated, wetter areas of greater agricultural potential. In the plantation mining and urban environments of the New World, slavery, their minutely specialized agricultural techniques had less relevance than the languages and the assumptions about human community that they brought with them. And so this chapter identifies the Central Africans who reached the Atlantic largely in terms of those. The relationships of their linguistic backgrounds to other bases of collaboration under slavery and to conventional notions of ethnicity, varied according to circumstances, as the succeeding survey outlines. The first cohorts of people sent through Sao Tome before 1520 seem to have been seized in wars mounted by military forces of Congo King, Mani, or generic master owner in various linguistic forms throughout the area. Aided by Portuguese advisors and consolidating a Christian aristocracy in the highlands of south of the river. They ranged along the lower reaches of the Zaire and toward the Malibo Pool, where they captured Tiki, often called Anzikas in the sources, who distinguished themselves as living in the relatively open plateau to the north and on the riverine plains surrounded by the otherwise forested regions of the basin of the Zaire River. You heard me correctly. They were aided by the Portuguese. Now, a few of the earliest captives may come through purchase for the commercial networks linked to the Malibo Pool, to communities of traders and fishing people living far up navigable portions of the middle Zaire, like Kwakasi and Ubanga river systems, deep into the forest regions in the center of the continent. However, the trading chiefs who dominated these villages and transported goods in canoes among the numerous communities living there seem to have responded to the initial stimulus of trade with the Atlantic as the commercial entrepreneurs they were by supplying forest products and artisanry rather than people. So before they were trading or there was people involved, you had artistry going on, you had some forest products going on. rather than people. Now, although the people purchased at the initial violent stage in Central African slaving came through the Congo Kingdom and were embarked at a Zaire river port of Mpinda under formal arrangements that the monarchs of Portugal made with the Congo lord, whom they treated as king, not all of the people captured would have thought of themselves as Congo or Congo in the orthography of the time. They didn't think of themselves as Congo. Okay. Europeans' uses of this term, now common throughout the literature, grew the Portuguese references to the title of political authority in the region with whom they maintained diplomatic relations. A lord who had established a degree of seniority within a network of other regional lords in the area south of the Lower Zaire, who asserted authority beyond their personal followings above the level of village based on the riches they derived from distributing copper, a key form of wealth in the area, from ores in the Mayombe Hills north of the Lower Zaire. But the dominance of these Mani Congo lords at the level of the villages was probably still nominal in the 1500s and became significant only as the 16th century proceeded, as they and other rivals appropriated Portuguese Christianity, military support, and commercial contacts to mobilize armies and to consolidate power in more intrusive sense. In the succeeding years, the term Congo acquired numerous, less precise meaning, which changed throughout time and varied from European nations to European nations. In a narrow political sense, Portuguese and Brazilians used it to refer to populations subject to the authority of later Mani Congo, or to that of changing cohorts of regional chiefs, often claiming titles as dukes or marks to engage European officials on the coast on the grounds of diplomatic equality. In the highlands south of Lower Zaire, who competed for their title as far as east as the valley of the Nkisi River and south to the rugged watershed between the tributaries of Zaire and the streams flowing south toward the Kwanzaa. This sense of ethnonym endures in Angola to present. Now, ethnographers in modern times have added a linguistic sense to the term Congo, extending it to people living along the coast north of the Zaire mouth as lower to Ogwango River, who speak dialects more or less mutually intelligible with the languages of the Congo Kingdom, often designated collectively as Key Congo language. And in the earlier 16th century, most of the northern Kikongo speakers would have recognized only a limited degree of commonality among themselves. Now, to that degree, that they recognize political connections in the sense of transcending the smaller communities in which most people conducted their daily lives, or economic ones, in the sense that such connections served as distribution networks for scarce or valuable goods. Their context reinforced rather than muted local ties of kinship, affinity, and patronage. Now, similar African notions of politics, much more personal and engaged than modern notions of states of kingdoms, resting on abstracted legal principles, prevail elsewhere in Central Africa throughout the era of growing engagement with the Atlantic economy. A lot is going on, particularly with these bodies that are transpiring, but at the same time, this immense amount of familiarity with one another, and then how people saw each other. As always stated, everybody in the Congo is not seen as seeing each other or themselves as Congolese. They're really tribal people, which was mentioned in the chat earlier, which would drive them to see differences in one another culturally. Excuse me, despite the similarities. Now, well, I'll stop it. Okay. They meant that the victims of slave trade in the Americas, not the visions of stable institutions of state in their heads, but rather thinking in metaphors of protective powers exercised by strong personal patrons of behalf of loyal clients through continual ad hoc demonstrations of efficacy, often through metaphorical reliances on ancestors and other spiritual figures. Later, similarly, Affectious, reliant leaders among the populations enslaved in the Americas might invoke memories of feared or respected patrons in Africa. The Mani Congo were the famed Queen Nzinga, even claiming them as figurative ancestors as a means of creating entirely new communities among people there, otherwise strangers seeking means of collaboration within slavery. Political sentiments of this patron client sort were more flexible and transferable to the New World than would have been more structured concepts of institutionalized states. Central Africans would have discovered new social identities beyond the local, and already multiple ones along their tortured ways toward the coast. Yoked together in the slave coffles with others of unfamiliar linguistic and cultural backgrounds, they must have gained a sense of familiarity with one another and would have created alliances out of it, which the Europeans labeled Congo. They would have extended these characteristics as a basis of collaborations for the ship's survival while being held near the shore amidst many of others awaiting transfer to the ships. Entirely separated European and African inventions building on different aspects of the same cultural backgrounds thus converged to stimulate ethnic communities out of the dehumanizing confrontations of enslavement. The slaves' further experiences of confinement during the Middle Passage and specific circumstances they encountered in the Americas created changing and incentives for Central Africans to draw on differing aspects of their home backgrounds as they search for a morally restorative sense of humane community among themselves. So the meanings of being Congo in the diaspora changed accordingly through individual lives from a cohort to cohort among the arrivals and in the varying circumstances they encountered in the Americas from the Rio de la Plata to the St. Lawrence. By the 1520s, though, when the Portuguese intensified their search for captives to sustain supplies of the Africans of whom Sao Tome planters increasingly depended, the earlier relative control forays up the Zaire River moved to the exploitation of rivalries among the regional chiefs in areas where the Mani Congo claimed dominion. Although the Mani Congo of the time, Alfonso I, protested as early as 1525 against the pretensions that disturbed the Christian realm, he was in the process of consolidating. Conflicts within the Congo political sphere waxed and waned at least through the 17th century, with particular destructiveness in the 1560s and again throughout the civil wars of the mid-17th century. The 16th century victims of the local strife, many of them baptized Christians, would have been taken to Sao Tome through the family connections of the feuding Christian aristocrats who captured them in Congo, and they set the tone of Creole language on the island. Others from the eastern regions, and still others from Mayombe and others from the Zaire, would have been less integrated into European-derived court culture that increasingly defined the Congo political framework. The farmers on the hill above the Kwanzaa River, roughly as far north as the Mbandu watershed, east to the Kwango Valley, and up the slopes leading to the high plateaus above the southern banks, like the people in the Kikongo-speaking areas, shared a broad familiarity with one another's ways and spoke dialects of a perceivable Kimbandu language cluster. But they also thought of themselves primarily as members of local communities focused around specialized ways exploiting much more local environmental niches. Though these Kimbandu speakers would have acknowledged little sense of the political unity earlier in the 16th century, in 1520s they came under influence of expanding Angola warlords who had begun by consolidating the defenses of the region against raidings from Congo. Those enslaved would have shared primarily the experience of capture by the forces of the Angola and aggregation for sale of the Tomista traders. Remember, the Tomista traders, their involvement, they sent them back to South America. Now, in Sao Tome, particularly before the 1560s, they would have encountered predecessors of recognizably similar backgrounds delivered through the Congo channels that had fed captives into slavery from the raids into Kimbandu-speaking lands beyond the southern fringes of the Congo political system. We wrapping up, by the way. Many more Kimbandu speakers came from the Sao Tome traders working the Lower Kwanzaa. Excuse me. And although speakers of Kikongo and Kimbandu share many linguistic and other habits, the extent to which the 16th century conflicts and the encounters under slavery in Sao Tome sharpened other distinctions between them into contrasting Congo and Mbandu communities in slavery abroad and questions that only close historical consideration in each instance can answer. In general, the violence attending slaving in Central Africa forced political consolidation and sharpened identities both at home and in slavery abroad, converting diffused, differentiated complementaries into congenitally collective ethnic defensiveness, even hostility. When these conflicts attained the scale of mass military confrontations, battlefield captives could produce functional cohorts of men trained to collaborate as warriors, as well as masses of women and children seized from armies, baggage trains, and from villages caught up in conflict. Oregon just can't beat the Utes. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Now, one must speculate on the degree to which the victors would have sold off the captive warriors, the adult males, and would have kept their own purposes, the women and children. Although people from the Kimbandu-speaking regions formed an increasing proportion of the Central Africans taken to Sao Tome as slaves between the 1520 and 1570s, they did not replace the language that their Kikongo-speaking predecessors and doubtless also masters had established. Only a relative few of them reached Spain's colonies in the Americas through Europe, and the first cohorts of slaves to reach Brazil arrived as minorities among West Africans from Portugal. In such small numbers as domestic servants isolated in the patriarchal households of their masters, they became practicing Christians, acquired Iberian domestic and artisan skills, and identified with Europeans they accompanied, if only for lack of contact with other Africans. They were assembled in numbers sufficient to discover new bases of collective identities based on their backgrounds, and in Africa primarily in, there you go again, sugar plantations, and in refugee communities hidden in the mountains of Sao Tome. So before I go any further about their successors, what we're seeing here, right, is an in-depth review of where these people came from and where did they end up at and why. Okay. So again, they come from Central West Africa. If they went to Sao Tome, they were going to Sao Tome to deal with sugar. If they went elsewhere, they were dealing with other things like mining. Luanda, there was a port at Luanda, Bengula, Luango, Malimbo, Kambida. There were several ports. If we look at the historical narrative of how many ports was in Central and West Africa, which we can do, we can Google that. Let's Google it. Mm, 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 mm. This ain't a good source. Ain't a good source at all. I mean, it ain't what I want. I'm looking for the slave ports. I don't want to use Wiki. Looks like I ain't got no choice. I just want to put a picture up anyway, so I guess I can use that image. We can go and be more detailed, but if you look at these states that were pressed right along here, we're gonna see we're gonna see ports all here. But this is why I didn't want to use Wiki. All right, of course you've seen it. This is a map from 1750, and it's showing slave ports. It ain't showing all of them though, but it's showing them. And y'all should know what this is, right? To zoom in over there. All right, so this is here where it says Upper Guinea. Think here. So all right, you have St. Louis, Dakar, Fort James, Cache, the B-side, Freetown, Trebo. Come on around the corner. Then you're dealing with Assini, Axum, Alima, Cape Coast, Accra, Christiansburg, Ouida, Cormonton, Comida, and Dix Cove. And then you got Lower Guinea, Luanga, Congo, Luanda, Bengula. So this is the 15 that they list right here on this site, and this site is from 2007, 2008. I'm trying to see if I can get more specific. Nope, that's the same image. That's whack. And I think did Kofi, you still listening? Did you do? I know I did some on Elmina, but I don't think that I mentioned all the ports. I think I may have mentioned the ports in an old presentation. Let's see if we can just do. Let me do it right now. Graph. I don't care if y'all looking. It don't matter to me. We're trying to learn something. Boom, you still in the chat line? You still arguing over October? Since you ain't here, I'm gonna pig with you. What's the name of this presentation? I don't think that's it. Let me see if this is it. If y'all ain't never seen this presentation, I hate it for you. I hate it for you. See, look, this is what y'all think. Y'all think people was going thousands of miles on foot. Everybody was doing it. That's what y'all think. This ain't it right now. This ain't it. Yep, because they're talking about, yeah, them people right there. All right, let's go here. I got some in one of these slave trade presentations. Sheffrin, if you still watching, you seen how I did that? I had a part 1 and a part 2 to a slave presentation. This rural Africa. Here go the major slave ports: Cape Coast, Ghana, Sierra Leone, the River Gambia, and many other areas along the Gold Coast. So this guy's some type of understanding in there. Your captain and mates must neither have dainty fingers nor dainty noses. Few men are fit for these voyages, but for them are bred up to this. It's a filthy voyage as well as a laborious one. That's the commander of the ship. Each ship contained 20 to 60 crewmen, and this is the list of the people. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Hey, where you at? Boom. You see this? I showed 2 slave trade presentations, but I got more. I have more. This is the Royal African Company. All right. These people were moving bodies left and right, as you can see. Let me go back. So I just showed you 2. I ain't done. There's another one somewhere. Y'all weren't supposed to see those videos right there. Dang. Oh well. I guess y'all seen that I got videos on somebody on a pseudo. Here go another one. The last of the kidnapped merchants of Africa, Dominguez Martinez. Exploring new territory. Oh yeah. So look. So this is a slave trade presentation right here. Here go one. Here go another one. If you don't believe me, I'm gonna bring them up. I just showed you 2. I'm finna show you 3 more. Or is it more than 3 more? Oh yeah. There's more than that. Gory Island. Another one. I got some more somewhere. They might not be in here, but I got some more. Slave trade stuff. So all of them didn't pull up when I clicked on them. The Prey of the Portuguese. I don't need this. That's some homework stuff I was doing. Y'all don't need to know nothing about that. All right, so 4,000 force miles. This got everything to do with the slave trade. Sheffrin, I know you watching. I know you watching, bro. But this is what I'm talking about. Like I done showed pretty much 5. I done pulled up 5 presentations about slave trade. 5. And they old too. Look at that. Exploring new territory, shipbuilding technology of the Portuguese. There's a little video Showing you them earlier ships that they was using. Yep, see this? Tools that was using to navigate. So yeah, I got a lot of stuff in the bag. That's why I say what I say at certain times. Cause I know y'all ain't did your homework yet. You don't know everything. When I listen to it, sometimes it's arguments from ignorance. Y'all seen it. Then the new ship. I got all that. Then they changed it up to the Caravel. And it's a long presentation too. Yep. Then I break down the Caravel. Then I show you the Caravel. Then I show you a mock of it. Then I show you the correct, different kind of slave ship. Then I show you the model of of that. Come on, man. Come on, man. Then give you a little video where they found other evidence. I feel like Soldier Slim, man. You ain't even seen what I seen. Look at this. From 150 Negroes outnumbered Europeans in the Americas as a whole. Boy, I'm all over it. In total, less than 300 years, these white ruthless depopulated, then seized 4 continents. Whites also captured Africa while clawing like buzzards with Arabs over stolen North African land. In post-Columbian invasions, the whites seized 25,400,000 square miles of land, some 41% of land surface on the planet. Come on, man. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all, man. We been the prey of the Portuguese, bruh. We been the prey of the Portuguese. You want to talk about African involvement? See, go that famous picture y'all love. Y'all love to say that. Y'all love to say this is all they did right here. But y'all never talk about them people that were fighting back. Yeah, man. Yeah, so let me see. Let me see what else I got in the bag. The Tumboros, another slave. This right here. The floating tombs. The Wanderer, another one. Oh my God. So I showed you 5, 6, 7. Mongo John makes 8. As you can see, this is a presentation right here, but it ain't on Google, it's on PowerPoint. So it's gonna come up funny looking. 8. I know I got more. I just want to let y'all know the seriousness or the in-depthness of my research regarding the subject matter. I just didn't open a Google link and start arguing it. I don't even need this one. But look, that Mongo John, these are slave persons. Look at that, the mulatto slave trader by the name of Mongo John. Do I got any more down here? I shouldn't. So it's about 10. It's about 10. As you can see, the Wanderer. This is what they was using during the illegal slave trade era right here. The little schooner boats. They can get people on them little schooner boats and get them by. You don't believe me? I'm going to show you something real quick. You don't know anything about the Wanderer? The Wanderer was in the Americas. I'm going to show y'all real quick. So I know many of y'all don't know or haven't seen any of these presentations. Watch this. The Wanderer, built for speed. It was a slave ship. Yeah, you know I'm going to have them primaries. That's how they laid in the Wanderer, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if y'all can see it too well on my screen, but that's how they had them laid. How people used to sleep. Hold up. My bad. You remember when you had your cousins over there, y'all only had one bed, but it's 4 of y'all, and they spending the night, 2 at the head, two at the foot, 2 at the headboard. That's how they had them in the Wanderer. Sideways, lined up horizontally. If I said that right. They would be they would be at the bottom of them ships. The first person, head, the other one toes. Head, toes, head, toes, head, toes, head, toes. Your feet was in somebody's face. Your private parts was at their knees. You know what I'm saying? And then I tell you, see, primaries, the yacht, the Wanderer, they turn yachts into slave ships, ladies and gentlemen, is what I'm trying to tell y'all. During the illegal slave trade era to avoid the British. Look at that. The remaining 407 illegally imported Africans were hidden in the woods of the Jekyll Islands. That's why I got this up here, the Jekyll Islands. I got it up here because they would dock here and hide them in the woods. Primaries. Come on now. Not he say, not she say. Primaries. Come on, man. Don't play with this. Don't play with this research, bro. Can't play with the research, man. It's top shelf. Top shelf research. Straight like that. Now I'm gonna stop right here in this particular chapter because we pretty much summed up what we needed to sum up to deal with what we needed to deal with to understand from a historical context of what was going on. I could read the conclusion to y'all to back up some of the things, but it's just basically going to back up everything that we already done talked about. Anyway, Sutegui, I'll make sure that I get that out there to you. How we need to get that out there to you, how you need to get it, when you need to get it. I'm gonna have to email it. But we'll make it happen. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much my little literature review regarding the little Central African slave trade stuff. The link is in the description. I mean, not in the description. The link to join the panel is pinned in the chat. For anyone that want to join and just kind of light build or something like that, I could spend a few minutes. I don't want to spend too much time, but a light build on some of the things we actually covered. I ain't arguing with nobody from that I feel like I ain't did their homework. Nah, Tito, that wasn't a presentation, bro. Trust me, if it's a presentation, I have it on slides. But while I got it hot on my mind, let me get Sutek email sent out to him. But I put the link into the chat though. Sutek Heru book. Let me download. I gotta find the book Sutek. So hold up. Ain't nobody hitting that link? The 4. Oh no, you don't know nothing about the 4 moments of the sun. Yeah, that's that Congo. The rise of the transatlantic slave trade in Western Africa, 1300s. Nah, you don't need that. That's too much. That's too much. Central, where you at? Hit the link, man. What y'all scared of? There you go. Here go your book coming to you. The book in your email, man. Sent to you. Merry Christmas. Just sent it. Oh, the star. Oh, okay. No problem. But yeah, basically, I just wanted to, at the end of this, I just wanted to show people that I actually been researching the subject matter for quite some time. I spent 3 years straight just dealing with the slave trade and people's involvement and how things transpired and how they moved in so much in so many ways. Um, so sometimes I don't want to like entertain certain aspects of certain arguments because it's useless for me. Because I ain't seen you in the chat today. Yeah, Sutek wasn't in none of the chats, bro. It's useless for me because I might know a little bit more than what other people know. And so sometimes it's just, you know, you want to kind of know what people know. Oh, you talking to him. Me, I ain't in nothing. But you kind of let stuff go through the process. Yes, Sutek was back there. You kind of let people go through the process. But you can't what you can't do is you can't start a conversation on something you haven't studied. And it takes a lot of work. You look good to bump into you. I wish you well, sis. I've been getting some stuff together and doing something. He ain't been doing nothing, bro. He lying. Sutek capping. Hey man, a link in the chat, bro. All this yapping. I done did all this reading and talking, man. State your business. Now, if y'all want to argue about something, man, we can argue now. It's his own. The learning part is in the building. We got it locked up. Well, he don't need to keep him afloat by himself. Those brothers are as far as those are all good brothers. I mean, listen, they are good brothers, man. You know, I respect them individually. Especially within the realms of being men. I think they're all good men. So don't get that twisted. All of them, great brothers, great fathers, cousins, uncles, you know, stand up men. You know what I mean? But when it comes to the information, though, depending on the subject matter, they have a lot of weaknesses. They got some strengths and then they got a lot of weaknesses. I think some of the subject matters that they converse about and just be talking about, I just think that a lot of those conversations are out of ignorance. They just don't study those subject matters because they deem some of the things that they really don't dive deep into. They try to label it as a blackology, or they try to label it in a different manner that they don't want to understand it. In my humble opinion, based on what I've gathered from certain things, but man, look, when it come to that guy dang it all, Big Bang, and it come to their atheism, they'll tighten you up. They'll get into it. And they starting to broaden their horizons in other subject matters, but you can't just you can't start a conversation and not be studied on it. Nah, and it's not personal. That's why, you know what I'm saying? I try to add a little humor into it, not too much humor, but a little humor into it. Poke fun is Shaft and them, you know what I'm saying? It's always, it's out of love. Sometimes you gotta scold them, man. You gotta scold them till you get them right. You gotta scold them till you get them right, man. You know what I'm saying? Pseudo killers supposed to be on their business, supposed to be able to, really like handle business. Like you supposed to be able to box up a topic or a subject matter and actually compact it scholastically. Like, and I'm saying that because it takes proper research methodology in order to catch a pseudo. I'm gonna say it again. It takes proper research methodology, right? You have to have that. You have to have a methodology. It is more to being a conversationalist or emotionalist. Like you really got to have some type of methodology because people can say whatever they want to say and get away with it. And then the same method or the same tools that you use against other people can be used on you. And when they are used on you, you have to appreciate it and adhere to those things because you are now subject to the same scrutiny in which you deliver. And then when you have an issue with that scrutiny being delivered to you the same way that you delivered it to other people, and you try to back out of it and never source up, that is a major problem. So you got to call them out on that. Send you what? I ain't sent, man. Listen, I ain't sending you nothing. I got a cash out from him. I give y'all all this free information, man, and don't nobody ever want to, want to make sure all this time, all this money, all these things I invest in be broker than a joke. I don't get no help. Y'all go over there and dollar up another person. I'll hold up. This dude. Should I do this? I ain't even got Travis' email, do I? Yeah, I do. Dang. I was about to act like I didn't. Dang, I ain't want to do this. Talking about add to his library. This nigga here, man. Hey, I got this book though. Let me tell y'all what book I got. The Four Moments of the Sun. It's about Congo art in two worlds. It's by Robert Ferris Thompson. Robert Ferris Thompson is deceased. So he left us with a body of work. Here this dude go with this bad man. This dude is terrible. Anyway, The Four Moments of the Sun is a big book by Robert Ferris. It's one book that most people don't even recognize. But however, we got the book. And if you go on Amazon looking for the book, I'm gonna show you. It's the book up there. But I'm not gonna share that with people. I'm not gonna share that with people.
I know you heard me ask you for that book. I know you seen that. Let me get that too, player. Don't be shiesty. Spread the love.
You talking to me?
Ain't nobody else on here. Just me and you. So
You could have been on another cell phone. You could have been out your window in your
here we
car
go.
talking to somebody. I
Nuh-uh.
ain't know you was talking to
I
me.
said book. I sent the message in the back
You
chat.
didn't send me anything.
I said, let me get that book too.
Oh,
And I said
okay.
in the chat,
Well, wait on it.
go.
It'll be in your mail.
There this nigga go. All right. Thank you, sir.
Again, You know, like I said, Robert Ferris, that's some good work. And then I got the rise of the transatlantic slave trade in Western Africa from 1300 to 1589. So you really can get this work. Anybody that want to really get this work, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to outsource you. I already just showed you 10 presentations. You know what I mean? I showed you where I've been putting in this work for quite some time. And it is what it is with that. Especially with me, it is what it is.
You
I ain't
said
trying to
13,
be cocky or nothing like that.
13 what to what?
I got an echo because this dude named Chavis just jumped on the panel with his cell phone and iPad.
See, this ain't
Instead
even
of him
iPad,
getting some
that's the phone.
headphones, he want to be on speakerphone.
Last time you was clowning me. You was clowning me about
What
my
kind of phone do you got, bro?
I got a Motorola player.
You need to get a new phone.
Well, you know what I'm saying? The book from the drop.
Everybody, I need y'all to buy this dude's book because I can't take this shit. I'm muting this nigga. When Chavis' book drop, we need to sell 100 books off the rip. I need 100 people to get Chavis' book.
Hundon.
So he can get a new cell phone because this is terrible.
I would get a laptop, a cell,
and that too. He need a laptop, a cell phone. He need a whole, and he need new internet.
But ain't nothing wrong with my cell phone though. You seen my phone? It's just,
no,
it's the Android.
No.
Why you always gotta shine on?
No.
Why it gotta be name brand? Why we got to be playing Apple and?
I don't care about all that.
I can't tell.
Listen, put some headphones on then, because you echo.
Hold on, let me help you out.
Don't help me out. It's the crowd.
That's better.
Keep talking. Let me talk and you talk. Do y'all hear echo now? I got an Android too. That's what I'm saying. So I know it ain't the Android. It's just this dude. It's this dude microphone. He weird.
It's still doing it.
No, you ain't echoing no more.
Oh well, that's just the speakerphone then.
That's what I told you. Get off the speakerphone. God dang.
I'm baby, man. I follow the instructions, man. You help. Thank you, sir. Mr. Solution. You got solutions. You know what I'm saying? You don't just come with problems. You know it be sounding like he got solutions.
I told you. Put the headphones on, bro. You don't listen.
I ain't even put it on here. I put it on
Bruh,
the earpiece
I ain't
thing
listening
on.
to that, bro.
Yes, you were. You responded to me. You were listening.
Not listening to, no, I'm not listening to that.
You heard me though.
You came on this platform. What you come on here for? Did you come to get this work?
I mean, I don't know. I don't really disagree with much that you know. So I gotta go back and rewatch. I'm late.
Okay.
But I already know what you capable of, and what kind of stuff you got in the bag. You where I get my information to. Before I go anywhere, I got to run it by you just to cover all my bases.
Okay. Cause hold on 1 minute. Let me share my screen real quick. This for anybody in the chat who keep on bumping their guns about subject matter they ain't ready on. They just arguing from ignorance and just want to make up frivolous arguments and then move the goalposts and act like everybody else moving the goalposts. So this for you. All you. Sheffrin.
You go get this work.
Corey. American Dream. Uncle West. Since you want to defend him.
He trying to save him.
Haskell. Yeah, you gonna get this work. Yeah. Step up if you want to. You gonna get this work. You gonna get this work.
It's been real quiet over there. It's been you gave him a lot of work. It's been real quiet over there.
Nah. He came in the other chat, high cap and the high side, talking about they didn't kill Nzinga dead. She still lives.
Man, come on, man. What is this self-proclaimed victory shit? Like, come on, bro. Y'all niggas.
Yeah, you seen what Luck said. He said, look at him. You emotional. Look at him.
That's exactly what. Oh, that boy.
Emotional. What was he over there doing in that video over there? Come on, man. The British. You gonna get this work.
That boy gave that boy that work on that British. That was cold. Shame right there.
You gonna get this work.
That boy shocked me when he did that, man. He thought we forgot.
If y'all have not seen the video on the Mossy Warrior Clan YouTube channel, you better go over there and see that video and share it.
Everywhere.
I should have put that. You're going to get this work in that video.
You had to put that at the end. But you got him with the, spears is flying. That boy learning how to work them videos, man. I'm watching you, boy. Man, yeah,
I'm trying. So I got to get a little bit better with the editing and how I want to do it, man. And all that while I can splice
You on your way. Now, I got to learn.
Jehudi got something that's cold-blooded.
He the master.
So cold-blooded. Yeah, he told me. I talked to him. You know what I mean? I hit him up. We talked on the phone about it and all that. I just got to you know what I'm saying? But that's the program and stuff. That's money that got to go out. So.
Man, Jehudi made my logo. So I already know
what he made. That logo you get right there on the book.
He made not that logo. I'm talking about mine for Tep Hessa. He made that. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Jehudi Mod.
Well, business.
Weasel says, is Miller's work respected in the black community? Miller.
Who we talking about?
I don't know what we talking
about.
Pure said the t-shirt's coming soon. Don DeMarco. You don't get this work. Everything said, y'all a hot mess being sabotaged by white people and have them in y'all parliament. Don DeMarco. Oh, everything exactly. That's why Europe is winning and they link up with the diaspora. I don't know what they talking about in the chat. Hey, look, man, I'm dropping a link in the chat, man. Come join the conversation.
Let's talk about that.
I actually pinned the link. You know what I'm saying? I pinned the link,
I just came on here because you kept on talking mess. You kept on like people were scared, like they won't hit that. I don't know.
They won't hit the link. Man, look, when I'm cooking, bro, they run. People run when I'm cooking.
No, they do. We still ain't, you know what I'm saying? That boy Jabari still running around here calling people
the tomahawk.
Yeah,
he made that. He made that issue.
He been on that boy head on that. Check that and the
I don't know if anybody want the book, the Congolese Saint Anthony, but you know what I'm saying? I might be able to get it for you. I even got the Nzinga. No, I ain't doing that. I ain't getting you that. You have to pay.
Let me get all that though. That you got.
I ain't got it. I ain't got nothing.
I got to build up. My drive is nice, kid, but I see that you got some gems in there. But I
don't know nothing about that, bro.
We already the whole we seen what you got up in there.
You got to buy the book.
Oh,
yeah, you got to buy the book, bro. It ain't for sale. The bridges call my back. Hold up. A short history of modern Angola. For you Central Africans out there. Culture and conquest in Mongol, Eurasia. No, don't want that. Yeah, man. Who gonna hit the link? Come talk to us, man. I see y'all on the pseudo killers. Y'all be over there talking plenty of mad stuff in that chat. But then when I'm sitting here and I'm trying to get some business square with you, you scared.
There's a lot of straightening going on over here. Look like
they scared, man. What y'all scared? We just talking. I ain't gonna bind you to nothing. You ain't gonna make the summer jam screen. That was just only for the pseudo killers. I don't get
don't say nothing crazy.
I don't get nobody else that type of energy. You know what I mean? Just my brothers. You know what I'm saying?
I be watching. You say something crazy, it's gonna be on Facebook somewhere. Don't say nothing crazy on here. Not on these channels.
Listen to this: African indigenous religions and disease causation.
That's a book.
Mm-hmm. That's a book.
Let me get that.
Nah, I ain't getting. You can't get that.
Come on, man. But in the morning, I should have like 3 books.
I'm not sending no books, bro.
Why you always gotta do me like that though?
I ain't sending nobody the book, bro. So you ain't got to feel bad.
I'm saying, but me though, kid, like you know.
I ain't saying what you mean. I ain't got nothing to do with you.
Look out, man. Look out for the kid, man.
Look out.
You heard what I said, kid. I
don't know what you talking about.
Look out, man.
I ain't making no videos or no man. If you say the wrong thing though, you might get a video.
I'm telling you. Cause my what the timestamp game is nasty. I'm gonna go find it.
African Religions and Philosophy. I got that book.
I got that already.
Introduction to African Religion. Introduction to African Religion, John and Beatty. Kofi gonna need that book. African Indigenous. Yeah, I just said that. I might do you a favor, bro, and show you what you can do and how to do it, and you can go load yourself up. From spiritual beings to living humans. Let me see what this book is about. This comparative and historical work provides rich material of religion and disease etiologies among 5 African peoples: the San, the Maasai, the Sukuma, the Congo, and the Yoruba, and discuss possible reasons for an important shift from the spiritual beings such as deities to living humans. Like, they don't believe in witches, so that's bad. Yeah, as agents of disease.
I'm interested in the disease.
Honoring the Ancestors, an African cultural interpretation of Black religion and literature.
Y'all need that too. I'll throw that on there.
Oh no, what you mean? I ain't throwing nothing, bro. I'm not sure. I'm not sending nobody. I'm not sending nobody nothing.
Man, why are you just showing off? Why is you stunned then, kid? If you not, that's not what we do. That's not what we do on COVID Pasta.
Go on and hash it out on the panel. Don't nobody want to come on the panel, bro. They're scared, bro. The link is pinned. I pinned the link, man. What more do y'all want me to do? I pinned the link. Anybody got questions, comments, concerns, or just want to just build on some information? The link is in the description. This is not to one up anyone.
They probably seen the video you did with Richard on here, and that you probably scared them away with all that it's critical thinking and all that.
That's personal, bro. Now that's on the mindset. That ain't even over here. We on the home team.
You know they be watching that. You know.
Ngongu Watango. Moving the center. Hey, Sute, where you at? Hop on here. Cause when we in, you know what I'm saying, I got my so I need to show you something. African Philosophy in Search of Identity. That's the book. That's the book right there. By Masolo. African Philosophy in Search of Identity. Mm-hmm.
That sound deep.
That's the book, because some people have lost their dang on identity.
But love it.
Huh?
Yeah. Detect this attack.
Teddy said, who you think won the bet? Man, don't you already know that, Teddy.
Hold on. Teddy
You
said,
can't be out here with these Tennessee niggas and then ask a question like that.
No. Let's keep it a buck. Hold up. Let's keep it a buck.
We is keeping it a buck.
All right. So if we going by the songs, Bone came out whack as hell, playing them old bullcrap songs until they did the Bud Smokers. You know what I'm saying? I don't smoke, but I know every word of the Bud Smoker song.
Man, I'm good on that. That shit gonna put me to sleep.
And the problem is they didn't come out hitting. They could have played their first album, right? Their first album got at least 6 songs on there out the gate that would have been hard. And then the Eternal 1999, that would have, oh man, African Philosophies and Thought Systems. I meant to buy that book and I never did.
Now that's his truth. My truth is them niggas got 4 songs and they all were dead niggas and they got them out. It was over with.
They can't keep up with the energy. I would expect.
Where you going?
Man, they sent them boys to see Uncle Charles, man. I'm telling you.
They did, bro. They did.
I seen Busy Bone trip out. That nigga threw that microphone in the water. I was like,
scared,
wow.
bro. He was like, yeah.
I seen him well get up. That boy get away. You got to wait fast as shit.
He threw that bottle and ran to the back of the crowd.
Look, bro.
He threw that shit hard. That and that microphone.
They had me and my homeboy was watching it, bro. Me and him over there, we laughing and everything. I'm like, we were trying to predict the songs that Bone was gonna come back with, but anytime, and I'm just finna put it to you like this: when 3-6 went to the early 90s and came all the way upstream, it was over because the minute that they said ass and titties, when they played that, or when they played slop on my knob, when they
got too many bangers. Listen, club bangers.
Yeah,
the energy like it can't compare.
Exactly. The songs that Bone was playing is not good songs for a versus battle.
No, that's when you riding in your car.
That's your people's favorite fans' favorite song, but like it don't compare. It's not gonna be able to compete.
Bro,
we talking about momentum and shit.
They do first of the month, bro. They didn't do it.
No, they didn't.
That's crazy,
bro. Listen to me. How you don't do? I mean, how you do a song called "In My Booming in My Trunk" or whatever it was called? I ain't never heard that song. I never heard the song. They played a song. They was playing songs I never heard or listened to. I'm like, y'all playing y'all favorite songs that inspired y'all. Like, where is y'all at?
They don't know what they doing. They don't know what they doing. They don't know what's a versus.
I want to hit a thuggish, ruggish Bone.
That's what I would have.
I want to hear.
I ain't watch it. I was gonna go back and watch this. I just seen the fight, bro. I like, damn, they tripped out like that.
No, bro. Listen. At that point, 3-6 was smashing them. Cause they was up 4-0 before the microphone toss. They was up 4-0. I gave them one round because of the Bud Smokers.
Right. That's the.
I gave them that round. I gave them. Oh, you Ruger here too? Oh, my goodness. Y'all just don't know what I done fell into. African Philosophies and Thought Systems. That's another book for you. But man, when they did that, man, I was like, Bone started off too slow, bro. Then they got too far behind because you go bring out Chameleon now, bro. They brought out Buck, they brought out Wayne. You can't even beat that, bro.
Ball and G.
Exactly, Ball and G.
The energy in itself, is too much,
bro. They had so much power.
Little Flip.
Yeah. Can't forget Flip because they said they played the ride spinners.
Come on,
and look, Lazy Bone. Was it? Yeah, Lazy Bone. He was over there like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Y'all got them beats.
You come on. That's what they known for.
Yeah,
and like I say, they known for getting that whole crump, kid.
I ain't never told
you're not gonna be able to compete.
Yeah, when I was in Memphis one time, me and my homeboy, we was on Popular, and
what's that?
That's where I met Juicy J at. Juicy J, he was coming up out of a restaurant that was next door to the studio. because he was going into the studio. He was leaving the restaurant and going into the studio, and we had met him like real hot quick, and rapped with him for a little while. He had him a little pinto with him that was following up on into the studio. So you know what that was about.
To slop on my nose.
Yeah. Yeah, the bunny. He was about to go
some money. He probably that nigga that he gonna be something.
A companion to African philosophy. I wonder if that's good.
They brought out DJ.
Yeah, they did. They brought DJ out to sing a song. You know, it's hard out here for a parent.
Come on,
listen,
man.
they had the West Coast. They had people in California singing a song that came out in the 90s, bro.
Everybody in California was jamming
music
it.
wasn't even popping like that.
No, you wasn't on the West Coast, kid. On the West Coast in the 90s, that's niggas was jamming all that. That was getting played on the radio. Most of the South shit, kid. It's a connection between the South kid and the West, bro.
I'm just saying what I don't know.
I'm telling you.
I ain't afraid to say I don't know. I ain't these niggas. I ain't gonna make it up.
I understand. I'm telling you. I done been out there. I grew up out there. We used to. They had the Louisiana niggas out there.
Somebody yawn for me. What a yawn at?
We used to. There you go.
Yawn up. But Teddy, that's what I thought of it. You know what I'm saying? 3-6 dominated it. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you bring, and they could have did even more damage, bro. Because they got, and then they brought out the new dude. The Crunk ain't dead.
That dude. What's his name?
Yeah,
Duke. That shit jam.
Yeah.
What the fuck? That happened to me.
And that's because Juicy J. But look, it still ain't even over for that because Juicy J could have brought out what's your boy name? The one to be getting hot from Pittsburgh. He lived
Wiz.
Wiz. Yeah, he did bring out Wiz.
Yeah. I missed that.
They got too many connections, kid. Like
Bone
got
some
classics.
Songs. They got multiple songs that
they got too much.
Catalog too long, man.
I told
people that.
Yep. People don't think about the songs that they actually get.
The arms too short. Bone Thug, the arms too short, man. They don't got their wingspan.
Bone, listen, after their second CD, Bone is irrelevant. I don't care if you go give me that song with it's Bone and Biggie, it's Bone and Biggie.
And that's what they gonna have to do is gonna be a lot of cherry picking.
I don't care if it's Bone and Pac. I don't care nothing about that. Bone and Pac.
They play both of them.
Yeah, I know.
That ain't even save them.
No, we can't say
they classic, but that ain't gonna save you, kid.
I can't say.
Dude, them boys got heat. This 3-6, kid. They got a song with Pimp C and shit. Come on, man. Sipping on my shit. Come on, bro.
They played it.
I know it. You can't have too many people you know what I'm saying, gathered at a place with 3-6 and they not. That's come on, man. That's automatic. That's by default. I can almost probably guess a lot of them songs, but I'm gonna watch that shit though. Just ain't did it.
Yeah, if you watch it, you're gonna be more pleased with 3-6. If it's available to watch. I think the Verses had 1.4 million views on it.
They be on recording that shit on YouTube.
They say that there's other avenues of interest, but they try to tally up the views. And for some reason, I think this got a lot of views. It got more views than what people thought it was gonna get too.
Because everybody listen to 3-6, kid. Even white folks, kid, like especially
they listen to Bone too.
Yeah, 3-6 got that white cult following. Them white folks love them boys, man. They talk about all them drugs.
Tell him.
That's what Juicy said broke up the 6.
Drugs.
The drugs.
Niggas getting trippy, man. I can only imagine.
Everything's about African philosophy around this joker, bro. Where y'all at?
Endocannabinoid systems.
Where y'all at, bro? Who everything? Who? Boom, check it. Y'all still arguing? Y'all you booming. Everything been arguing the whole time, bro. That's that Jamaican stuff. That's that Jamaican stuff, bro. They've been.
Come on, live, man. Them niggas
I told
man.
him to come back.
Six only got it because of features and
Oh, Jeremy, don't be an apologist.
Jeremy,
He said what?
Jeremy. You can't even understand Bone, bro. They couldn't even rap
I can't even tell you the words
bro.
like that.
They couldn't even rap their lyrics,
super
bro.
fast on super slow.
That's all I be hearing. That's all I do. I've been doing all my life.
What is that, Weasel?
What is that?
Endocannabinoid system. I don't even know what Weasel talking about.
Weed.
Yeah.
Oh, it said endocannabinoid.
You know, we know.
Okay, I got you.
You speaking our language.
All right. Nah, I don't need to do that. I'm fine, bro. Y'all got it, man.
Yeah, man. We modulate.
Got in the headline. Straight modulate.
Nah, y'all got it, bro. I won't never roll up. I won't never roll up, bro.
Good, man. It's good for you because it's more for me.
Yeah, you know.
I know you done smoked something back in the day.
I ain't never smoked nothing in my life. I ain't never smoked
like
nothing,
that.
Slip that boy a cookie.
In the 10th grade.
Rasta Claus trolled me.
I'm gonna get it next time to check it. Okay.
You ain't gonna get nothing, man. You gonna get this. You gonna get knocked out.
You don't got enough weight on you.
Yeah, what you gotta do is get one of them tinctures and put a couple of drops in that motherfucking creme brulee.
And then watch that nigga.
What you gonna put the drop in? What you gonna put the drops in?
That's that nigga weakness.
That creme brulee, nigga. Oh,
this that nigga weakness. He gonna get up and go to the bathroom and shit gonna hit up.
Hey, first of all,
I'm gonna be spinning and shit.
First of all, I don't get up when they put my food on the table. I eat it right there. That mug gone. That mug gone. And then whatever the creme brulee I don't eat, I get it to go.
A fucking egg pie, bro. Like egg pie.
He making it up.
Says egg pie.
Yes, he making it up, bro. It's all right. Go ahead.
Like a egg pudding pie.
Yeah, man, we love Southern. What's wrong with that? Your ancestors came from the South, man. Don't hate the South.
I was on the West Coast.
Where you from, Jeremy? Hold on. Where you from, Jeremy? Can't be nothing from nowhere from up north.
Nah, Jeremy ain't from up north. He's from the Midwest. He from Ohio. I think.
It's a bias.
Yeah. You know, he's from Cleveland.
Oh.
It's 1999, my nigga.
You gotta hold that. You gotta hold that L, man. Gary, Indiana. Oh, y'all ain't got no artists. That's why. Y'all got Michael Jackson.
Yeah. They do get Michael Jackson. They do get Michael Jackson. I get them that.
Legend. Gary, Indiana, nigga.
Yeah, they got Mike. Yeah, I got Michael Jackson, bro.
Just stay in top.
Baby, give me one more chance.
Boy, come on,
y'all
man.
Got that. Y'all got the Jackson 5, bro.
Nobody gonna argue with that.
Yeah, I give you that all day long.
Freddie Gibbs. He from Indiana? I didn't know that.
I don't know that.
Gangsta Gibbs? Nah, I ain't know that either.
I don't listen to him. I heard him on some shit.
Yeah, tell him to get a Academy Award first, though.
See, that went over my head.
Academy Award for a soundtrack at that.
I don't think that's gonna happen no time soon. Unless he don't track somebody. Maybe.
Yeah, Black Michael Jackson. After Off the Wall, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Thriller, all right, but you know.
James
Off the Wall.
With remember the time what that was on?
Look, bro. Gary and Dan ain't got no rappers, bro.
No, they don't. I can't say you.
It's just kill it like that.
I can't say you.
Gary ain't got nobody that's gonna be in the verses.
I tried.
Nah, Freddie Gibbs ain't got no tracks, bro.
Nah, nobody even know that nigga song.
I don't even. Yeah. I remember one CD. I remember one CD of Freddie's that I had, man, and I don't even know where it's at.
I ain't never even downloaded that music ever.
He was with Jeezy then, but him and Jeezy, since he fell out with Jeezy, I ain't heard nothing else.
Talking bad about that, man.
Nah, I don't know about that.
Hold up, Jeremy. Where your album at? You a rapper? Where your album at? CCA? Who the hell is CCA? California Correctional Assistance? We talk about Pure Black. Quit trying to bring Janet Jackson into this. Lead Janet.
Yeah, Pure was hating on the South last night, man.
I know he was hating on the South. He up at what part of California he in? Modesto. He in Modesto, California, trying to talk crazy.
Man, he trying to take the hood and
out of here.
The South
Concord affiliated. I ain't never heard of him, bro. My album on the shelf right next to yours, Sean. I ain't got no songs, bro.
Man, that Tennessee tip coming out. Tell them boys, Kofi on production.
Kofi
Why is my dog? Yeah, I'm waiting on a beat from Kofi on the track.
That shit gonna slap, nigga.
Hey, yeah, that's the tag. Kofi on the track.
Tell that nigga he need to put that on there. He need one of them like that, a signature. That nigga beats fire.
Well, let me try to think of what Kofi will say on there. Ideals on the track.
Spears are flying.
You know that's coming. And that's how he gonna be rapping like he preaching. When I told him on the second time, when I met him the third time on the fifth verse of the Temple of the Fifth Dynastic period, it was said that
Collection Plate Volume 1.
Yeah, bro. There you go.
You gonna have the whole audience.
Collection Plate.
That nigga say Collection Plate.
You just don't want to do battle with me, son, because I am a one of one, like Ramesses the third.
Sacramento rappers. Okay, Brother Lynch.
Yeah, Brother Lynch. He cool. Brother Lynch. The Season of the Thick. That's my favorite Brother Lynch album.
Yeah, Season of the Thick.
Album. Oh, deuce 4 block that 9mm Glock. Yeah, that's my one. Rest in peace.
It was hard, dude. He a little bit off though, talking about eating people.
Yeah, Mr. Cannibalistic. Yeah, he was talking about.
Yeah. Nigga be using a big word and shit,
Yeah, that's all that was. Nigga, he ain't ate nothing. He ain't eat nothing but his food. That's my boy though.
Hey, Mozzie, where Mozzie from?
Mozzie from
the Bay, huh?
Yeah, he's from the Bay.
I be on that nigga shit. That nigga jam.
I like Mozzie. I like the one up Aki.
Fuck with Problem. Fuck with obviously Nip, J.
Sebo, yeah, Sebo straight killer. What you mean?
Pac-Man.
Yeah, Mozzie from Sacramento.
Are you from Sacramento?
Yeah, but Pure Black from Modesto. Man, talking about he's from Sacramento. No, you ain't. No, you ain't, Pure. You from Modesto.
That boy banging that beat. Like Kofi.
Hey, what's next door? Hold up. So what's next door to the LAX? Rancho Cucamonga? Ain't it?
I ain't been to LAX. We just drove.
All right, so look. So I know when I got off the plane, I got on the interstate. I think I was in Rancho Cucamonga. Like it's right near the LAX. It is. It's right near the LAX. And then I had to bust a couple turns and a boom, and then drive through a little cut. And then I was in Inglewood. And then that's when I rolled up on Xavier.
That where you from though, too.
That's where he
That's what he
from.
said.
Yeah, and right
he
smack in
wasn't
the middle
down
of the
with it.
hood. Talking about, he asked me what did I look. This fool gonna say, he when I pulled up and he said, where you at? I said, man, I'm here, bro. He said, what, you in the alley? And I said, nah. I said, I'm on the front street. He said, all right, cool, because you don't want to be in the alley. Them dudes they be tripping.
Cause he don't get down like that, kid. He
had no leg. He
admitted.
ain't had no. He ain't had no.
He don't got no pool or nothing like that.
He ain't had no OG
Everybody
status.
I know out there, they kind of handling that man. They be trying not to shine on him.
I done been other places. I done been other places, and you know what I'm saying. They be like, yeah, I'm finna pull up. They be like, all right, you good, money? I'm outside.
Boy, Sean be everywhere.
Yeah,
everywhere, man. One deep.
Yeah, I don't be caring.
The boy came out there to the hood, thugging. But just with Kofi.
Yeah.
Y'all niggas in the middle of the hood, y'all don't even know it.
Nah, I knew it. Sure.
You didn't see it when you was driving through. You're like, oh,
no.
All hoods
when
in
I
every
seen
city,
when I seen the kids,
when
I seen the kids walking down the street with a basketball in their hands, when I turn right on the street before you turn left to get to the court, when I turn right on that street and I seen the gas stations, I was like, yeah, I'm in the hood. Then I seen whatever it was, everything was barred up. I looked behind me, them apartments was all ranky dinky looking. I like, yeah, I'm in the hood.
You was in the heart, nigga.
I was like, dude, this where
you were welcome like it's home, nigga.
Yeah, I thought I was home.
Like 44.
Thought I was home.
But I be noticing, like when I go to San Antonio, we be down there like finding them. You can just tell just by you gonna see churches. You gonna start seeing churches. You gonna start seeing gas stations.
You start seeing too many churches, you know you in the hood. Some ish going
down. Tell you.
They looking
a
for
bunch of funeral. You ride down West Montgomery is nothing but funeral thing, man. That's what's making money around this month. And the man say they sliding through. Buying everything. That shit was crazy. When y'all left, somebody got popped at that other park. That shit was crazy. They popped a little kid.
A little kid got popped.
They had sprayed the park over there. Where I was like, nah, we gonna go to the DeSoto Park. We ain't going to Carver. It'd be always too much shit going on over there.
See, man, I ain't tripping on that. I understand that. Like, I can understand that, but my whole thing is like, why are we popping the kids? Like, what the hell the kid doing to get popped?
Man, them niggas be dry, but I don't know. Cause some of these kids be bad than them. Like these niggas 9 days.
You can't beat them up.
I'm saying like the type of shit them niggas be doing. Like,
oh yeah, they on shice.
It was some little kids.
They be playing too much Grand Theft Auto. They think they can live that shit.
Man, when my wife worked right here at the auction, man, on 45, it was like 12 kids had hit that hole and tried to steal some cars. They ran through the gate. One of the security guards had to pop one of them, and they popped that boy in the chest because he tried to run over her. That boy ran through the gate, all that. Yeah,
Pure trying to hate on you. Pure trying to hate on you.
What you say?
I see you.
Yeah, he tried to hate on you on his sleep.
In my desk though.
Talking about him really do LA. LA cool though. You know what I'm saying? LA cool though.
Like, you ain't say that though. Tell him you ain't say you stayed out there.
Nah, I was there.
He know I ain't in LA.
I was there.
Yeah, I went there for a 420 though. They be turned up.
Went there for. I mean, the last time we went out there, my mama had drove all the way out there. That shit was crazy. That's how they just tell you like.
I like San Diego better than LA though.
It is. It's better to me.
I ain't been to San Diego yet.
Man, that shit live, kid.
Yeah, I finna make me get in my car and just drive somewhere near the ocean.
San Diego is. I'm telling you, they got the beach. They got something called Solana Beach. Yeah, that shit beautiful, man.
We stayed in some little resorts that had a lake around it that was right near the ocean and shit. That was.
And he probably was like in Mission Beach. We stayed over there. I think it was
we got on the interstate and go right over the bridge. That big funny.
It's right over. Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
The big blue bridge, the Coronado Bridge.
Yeah, that bridge hard too.
Man, I used to be scared of that shit when I was a little kid, bro.
Hey, it looks scary.
Like,
it's all aerodynamic.
They used to commit suicide out that hole. Niggas used to.
I could see that.
That water deep, boy. That you see the ship.
Chris said San Diego is better than Boardwalk.
What? Come on, Kima.
You talking about Boardwalk, New Jersey?
He said Teddy said San Diego bored. And old head told me San Diego bored and LA better. No.
Hell no.
All right, look, LA,
a lot of shit to do in San Diego.
Yeah, LA big. Listen, bro. Okay, let me just put it to you like this: when you in LA and you in rush hour traffic is at 10 p.m. at night.
Man, that shit crazy. That traffic crazy,
bro. It'll take you 3 hours just to get to 2 exits.
But I ain't gonna lie, be a lot of traffic in San Diego too, kid. You know, like that shit up, you'll be.
Yeah, but it's more manageable for me.
I like it because you can let the windows down and just like nigga fire you up some or whatever. Because this nigga,
but LA cool.
It feels good than a bitch out there, bro. As soon as you get off the plane, nigga, it's like a whole new atmosphere when you get to breathing. Like, man.
Nah, LA was cool. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you know we went down. We was on Crenshaw and stuff like that.
That's what we had went. We had went down there.
That's where they get soul food at.
It was some church shit when Mama had a.
And at night we had got off near Compton. It was at nighttime.
Nigga want to hit all the streets.
Yeah, you gotta go. Yeah,
you got to.
Come on, man.
You can't be scared, but you gotta know how to ride though. You can't be out there really in different. They told you got to. Hey, nigga, over
same
here.
Thing when you in Miami. When you in Miami, you just going through people hoods. Just anywhere really with me. You know what I'm saying?
You learn that once you move around.
When you out of bounds, you out of bounds. But you can't be out of bounds and out of pocket.
Square business.
Yeah, it's a lot. It is a lot going on. You can get jacked anywhere. You know what I'm saying? You can jacked anywhere. It ain't just LA.
But you can't like it is kind of.
Atlanta traffic. I know how to get. You know what I mean? Yeah, Atlanta traffic bad too.
Yeah,
the thing about Atlanta though is the gas stations. Like you can't leave your car running and none of that. You can't leave your car really. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, them kids. Too many kids everywhere. It's too many kids everywhere.
Everybody that go out there
corner slanging water and all that, and then you get kids just. Everybody on the come up, they scheming. It ain't enough jobs or activity to keep them busy. So you better just, you know what I'm saying? If you downtown like that, you got to know how to maneuver.
I know everywhere downtown it be bad, kid. It show you the reality of poverty, man.
Oh yeah. That's a fact.
That should be like right there up on you in your face, like especially out here, like where Midtown at. You be in Midtown, nigga, homeless people be right outside of these. It be live.
I gotta go to do restaurant the next time I'm there, bro.
Who that?
The big dude look like Suge Knight.
Who you talking
about? He in the car. He in all them cars and all that. He got like a little restaurant. Everybody be pulling up on it. And they say he got some nice little stuff. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you. Forget his name, bro, but I gotta go to it.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm about a big dude.
Yeah, man.
What kind of food they got?
They got some that I can eat.
They cater to your audience. It's difficult going to eat with these niggas, man. You got to be.
What you mean it's difficult, bro?
You got to find places where you can eat, nigga, because you eat like a rabbit. And so that was the only time you can get some fish.
I mean I eat fish.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I won't eat.
Nigga be trying to like.
I eat salmon.
Block a vegan in, like nigga, you eat what the fuck you want to eat, nigga. That's your stomach.
No, I eat salmon. I ate red snapper the other day, but I just don't.
When I eat red snapper. Ooh,
when I eat stuff though, I don't. I might not eat it again for a long time. What's this dude name, bro?
They bad made these seafood nachos here the other day. Yeah, she had octopus. That shit had mussel. That shit had calamari and crab meat and shrimp.
I'm good on that.
Man, that shit was hard, nigga. And it had what the hell it's called?
This dude delivered Rick Ross. Nah, he delivered cars too.
Deliver cars.
Rick Ross side by side. Let me see. I'll be able to find him. His name TLH.
TLH.
Yeah.
TLH.
Yeah, TLH.
Who he mess with?
Slim Thug and everybody be rocking with him.
Where's that?
Yeah, Houston.
It's on the south side?
I think he might be. Hold on, let me see.
What's the restaurant called?
Hold on, I'm finna get it for you. TLH. That's the name of the restaurant.
TLH.
Yeah.
Turkey Leg Hut?
Yeah, that's it. Turkey Leg Hut. I told you, dude look like Suge. He got out of jail not too long ago. He got his restaurant hard, bro. So I ain't gonna lie to you. Just Google it. Turkey Leg Hut, Houston. Is it let me say Alameda Road.
Oh, you said Turkey Leg. Okay. I know you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about now?
Yeah, that shit high, bro. That shit be live over there.
I don't even care nothing about that, bro. Sutek, you seen the food?
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
I know, yeah, that shit look good on.
Yeah, it should do look good though.
Yeah. It's basically because he smoked the turkey leg, and then whatever the side is going on top of it is unique, and then it's another side off to the side.
Only that one on the south side good though, because they said it's one on 1960. That shit, it's a food truck. It's like an off brand. They got into it or something. They split. They had a whole bunch of drama going on. Yeah,
I don't care nothing about that. I ain't going.
They got the soul food vegan that right down the street from right there.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, bro.
That's where I was trying to take y'all, kid.
Nah, bro,
I ain't been.
Nah, you was lunching.
Man, I got screenshots, player. That was what I had put out the gate.
So when I want to go over there, I want to go over there and get it's something I want to go over there and get from them.
All I wanted from them was I wanted to try they jackfruit, like they had jackfruit ribs or some shit. I wanted to try them.
You talking about the Turkey Leg Hut?
Nah, soul food vegan. Then they got another place called Houston Sauce Pit. They got this burrito, nigga. I taste beef, nigga. That shit taste, boy.
Nah,
that burrito was hard, nigga.
I want to go to the Turkey Leg Hut, and I want to get some.
It be jumping right there. You gonna stand in line for about 2 hours?
Yeah, I know they say it be jumping in this long line.
That's why
I want to make a reservation. I want to make a reservation, and
man, you gonna be standing out there.
That'll be my lunch.
Day.
Man, just listen, bro. I just want that to be my. I want to go get the Creole corn, and I want some sauteed spinach.
Creole
corn and sauteed spinach.
That sounds good though. I ain't gonna lie.
And then I want some. I don't think the red beans and rice got meat in it, and so I want the red. Then I want the red beans and rice, and then I want some of that homemade mint, strawberry lemonade that they got.
You need to get that food truck thing over there too, kid. That food truck be having vegan shit over there. That's why I went the other day. It's on the other side of the Reliant. That shit they be having all kind of shit.
I wanted to get one of their funnel cakes because they be making them funnel cakes. So
I ain't heard nothing on that. I ain't heard nothing on that. I ain't heard nobody boasting on that. I'm just telling you what people be.
The next time I'm in the H.
You only want the Turkey Leg Hut. You want to sit in line for 3 hours.
Don't matter, bro. It's what I want to do.
So we're gonna have to go early, kid, because you want to sit over there for 4 hours and spend the whole day. It's gonna be entertaining.
That's fine with me.
We need to bring some books out there. That really like where a nigga want to. I think there was called over there too, the Black Madonna. Like, well, that's where all that you can sell some shit. Really, that's what they be doing. It's a whole like,
bro.
I'm telling you. The whole strip.
I just want you to know that that's where I want to go. and then we can go to the vegan spot for dinner, and then I need my spot before I dip.
I knew it was gonna. He can't leave. He can't leave.
I
Can't touch this place.
Can't touch down and leave and not go to
be bougie and go spend money with them people. You don't want to spend money in the hood.
It's my spot.
You see that?
Like my spot.
Y'all got this recorded.
It's my spot, and I like.
You don't want to spend money with black folk. You want to go.
That's what I just said. 2 black-owned places right there.
What? Which other one? The other spot, talking about Papacito?
TLH, and the place you just said, ain't it black-owned?
No, it's not Papacito.
But then I don't want to go to that. Then why I want to go to a vegan spot that ain't black-owned when it's
I'm talking about Papacito. You talking about soul food? Yeah, soul food vegan is black-owned. I thought you talking about where.
Okay. So there you go. So TLH. And the other black-owned. That's two black-owned.
You gonna have to bring about $300. Make sure you.
This dude, bro.
Nah, I'm just.
And then I gotta go. What's the name of the place I be going? Papado. That's why
this sauce pit.
Huh?
Sauce pit shit look like it's owned by black people too.
Sauce pit.
Yeah, that shit look straight.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
I'm going to Shake Shack on y'all ass. If I'm coming.
Shake Shack. What they got at Shake Shack?
Shit, meat, burgers, and shit. Fast cheeseburgers, goddamn it. Hey, pretty y'all California people. Well, I'm thinking about it. Y'all be hyping up In-N-Out, bruh.
In-N-Out whack as hell,
bruh. That shit so overrated.
They ain't got nothing at the In-N-Out. Look at this dude.
The same shit.
Hey, listen, bro. If your wife calling you, bro, you need to tend to that. You don't need to be.
Man, I got this earpiece thing. I'm on that, and my ear pushed the button. That's all.
Chad, you probably done been to both of them. You probably been I know you done been to In-N-Out and Shake Shack.
I ain't been. I need to try Shake Shack.
Right?
You ain't been to Shake Shack? Oh, okay.
Yeah, they do got the fried.
I'm not a fan of In-N-Out kid at all.
I'm like, telling you, it's overrated, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Menu you will ever look at in your life, kid. They don't have nothing but like 2.
They got like 4 items.
That's it. The menu. They said, like my homie told me, now they got like some kind of secret menu where you can add up, but that is still basic as shit. Don't
nobody want to deal with some secret.
It's still menu, comprised of the same items, bro. They just mixing it around.
It's hamburger, cheeseburger, number 1, number 2, some shit like that. That's it.
You get an animal style burger or some shit. Like it ain't really no different instead of getting animal style fries.
Wow, man. They getting chili and cheese on this shit. That's it. You throwing chili and cheese.
Yeah, I want to go to the TLH. Give me some smaller size. You know what I'm saying? Just to support. Then I go down there and eat the soul food, the vegan soul food.
On Scott got vegan. So I gotta look. They got a baked potato fact. That shit. I gotta see if they got something for your ass. That shit good. A baked potato factory. That's black on. That's off Scott.
I don't care about no potato.
Man, that's a vegetable.
I understand. No, it's not a vegetable, bro.
Huh?
It's a side. It's not a vegetable. It's a side.
All right, I'm not. Okay. You can eat it, right?
I don't want a potato, bro. And then I want the best. I want the best dessert they got, bro.
Always sweet mouth.
Yep. So what when I eat, bro? I eat what I eat, and then I want something sweet, bro. You can't get mad at that.
You a grown man. You paying for it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You a grown man.
Exactly. I eat what I eat.
Let's see what this time.
See, but in San Antonio, nigga, they got plenty of places for you to eat. Yeah, we go to them hoes all the time. They got whole restaurants, yeah, like fast food, Earth Burger, nothing but.
I ain't going to outlet.
Project Pollo.
What was I at? I think I was when we was in San Diego. I went somewhere.
No, I don't know, but I said San Antonio. I don't know what they got in San Diego.
San Antonio, I ain't going with it. I don't care nothing about all that.
I go to San Diego. I'm gonna go get me some burritos.
Bruh, this hey, my homeboy.
Game.
Hey, look, my homeboy just posted up the NBA stat line. It says today, Bone Thugs and Harmony 79, Hypnotized Mind 152 is the final score. Oh man. Everybody gonna get that to 3-6, man. 3-6 put it down, bro. And it ain't because I'm from Tennessee that they put it down. They went hard in the paint from the gate.
I ain't gonna lie, I expected that. Like that's why I didn't even watch it because I already know. Like I was like, man, this is a weird ass versus that these niggas.
I might go back to chicken though, for real. I miss chicken. It be coming to my mind too much.
Strips, breast, what?
No, I just want
the whole bird.
Nah, bro, I don't want a whole bird, bro. I want some lemon pepper wings, bro.
Gizzards.
Hell no, I don't want no gizzards.
I never liked them hoes, boy. Only way you can get me to eat
hot sauce
them
on them.
My wife be tearing them hoes and my kids. The only way you get me to eat them is if there's some dressing. You just slide it in there on me, I eat it like that. But outside of that, kid, I am not eating no dress. I don't not like that. Gizzards. I like chicken strips.
Well, the Pac-12 champions is the Utah Utes. They beat the same team they already beat again.
It's football?
Yeah, it was whack.
I mean, you said Utah, so you know.
Yeah, they play Oregon. It was whack.
Everything and boom. Ain't nobody checking for KRS-One, man. I'm sorry to tell y'all.
Y'all tripping, bro.
What KRS? What kind of songs KRS gonna sing?
The bridge is over.
Exactly. That's the only thing that I can remember.
Man,
he might have about 3 songs. He gonna have to freestyle the rest of his battle like he did with Big Daddy Kane.
See, I ain't even watched that. That was Alan was talking about it. Asked me that I watch. Man, I'm not watching that.
Nah,
Big Daddy
Kane
versus
nah, man. They ain't got no catalog for me. They ain't gonna move.
It's too New York for me.
Yeah, you know, we from.
I mean, I could do. I mean, the Dipset and the Locks. I could do that.
I can't.
Oh yeah.
Only certain Dipset songs.
Nah, Dipset got their heat. They lost.
They lost, but yeah, I agree. They got some work.
Some other niggas. I can deal with Cameron and shit. That's his style. With Jewel and I'm like,
You don't like Jewel? Jewel be going in though.
No, I'm just saying like just the way that them niggas rap. That shit.
Oh yeah, that style.
Yeah.
Shit unorthodox.
I can't. Like it be fly on certain shit. Like it go like the shit him and Lil Wayne when they had the little mixtape.
That shit was hard.
That shit was hard.
They used too many
sounds. Feel my face. I think that I can't feel my face. Shit, I think that shit was hard. And then I fuck with some Jim. I understand Jim Jones. He like as a poet. You know what I'm saying? I like that.
Jim Jones wash. His old lady. She need to go to a gym.
Oh man, why are you speaking on this man, old lady?
I ain't disrespecting her. I'm just saying she just lost a little bit of her confidence, it seems.
Yeah, I don't know who is old lady. I don't be checking for that name.
Chrissy.
Oh yeah. That's right. I just know her from Love and Hip Hop.
I don't watch this.
I ain't rocking with him though. Free Max B. That's who made Jim Jones hot. Free Max B.
That boy crazy. Hey, nah, for real, I wasn't trying to be disrespectful to Chrissy. I'm just saying I seen her selling a home, and then I looked, her legs looked a little funny to me. I was like, "Oh, Chrissy, you need to handle your business."
Got too much meat on there for you?
Chrissy said she eating.
Nah, bro, it didn't look like that.
Like she eating and not getting
up. It looked like she let herself go, and Jim is letting it. Just motivate. I mean, come on, sisters. Work it out. We're in the middle of a pandemic. I get it. COVID has been brutal to us all.
This is Sean's opinion because I
Get your
like,
bike.
you know.
No, I ain't saying that. I ain't. No, I mean, you know, hey, you like what you like, bro. I'm just saying, bro.
I'm just saying, I commend.
I can say what I say.
You know, say I ain't never gonna say. That's your you know.
Yeah.
I ain't, you know, it's you. That's all I'm saying. Leave him alone.
Man, why y'all listen, bro? Look, here go the link, bro. Hop in here. In there, y'all want to talk? We listen. We done changed it. We done went from a serious topic to this.
They still don't want to hop on. Hey man, Mace trash, bro. Get him out of here.
That boy used to spit.
Spit what?
Well,
Bible verses.
Exactly. Man, I ain't never liked Mace music.
He smiled too much.
Oh yeah, all
that's
the
crazy
time.
to say,
all
but
damn.
That
nigga smile.
I can't believe you talking that gangster shit and smiling at me at the same time.
That ain't what Mace do. Smiling at your ass at the same time.
them slick be the motherfucker you gotta watch.
Yeah.
Watch your sneaky ass, man. All that damn smiling.
Who you trying to fool, nigga? Ain't nothing about life.
Old Charlie's got a burger called this topped with bacon jam.
Huh?
It's a cheeseburger. It's a cheeseburger topped with bacon jam. So that means it's got some like a jelly style
made with bacon grease or something.
I don't know, but I guess it's a sweet savory bacon sauce or something like that to go on the burger. It looked enticing. I don't know. Maybe you get it in taste.
Pork undefeated. You can't defeat that bacon.
Well, I don't know about bacon
on everything.
Them niggas put that shit on ice cream and shit. I ain't got down with that type of
on donuts.
That too. I tried
candy
that.
Bacon.
That's like breakfast, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You get everything on one wop right there. You throw the sprinkles of the bacon on there, and you got the chocolate icing. Don't man, that shit's hard. It's a mean one. Like they call voodoo, donut or some shit. And the Heights, that shit they got bomb ass.
Man, ain't nobody
trying nothing called voodoo. All that shit be hot.
my supervisor put me on that. They had some different looking kind of like they throw everything on that hoe. That shit a fucking stomach up though. They got too much sugar on that mug.
Yeah, I can't eat no donuts in the morning.
I can. Krispy Kreme hot.
Yes.
Or chocolate iced.
Man.
I don't mind chocolate.
That's the real versus Dunkin' Donuts versus Krispy Kreme.
Dunkin' Donuts slow bucket.
Yeah, Krispy Kreme taking home that W. That's like
Donuts.
Yeah, that's too easy, ain't it?
That's light work.
That's too easy, man.
Boy, that hot sign come on, boy.
Who wanna argue? The great debate right here. We set it up. The real versus.
See out here, they compare to Shipley's. Shipley's Donuts.
Nah, we gotta get Shipley's out of here, man.
Shipley's out of there, bro.
Boy, these niggas will argue you down, kid. I was like, man, I'm sorry, kid. I'm from
Shipley's
here.
Shipley's whack, bro. I done had Shipley's. Shipley's ain't doing nothing.
These boys is out here, kid.
That little white and blue package.
What? The Shipley's?
Or the white and blue logo?
White and red. White and red.
Oh, white and red box. When them hoes warm though, the one right here off of 34th, where it's Ella. That hoe is the truth.
Shipley Donuts is hot. It's just like Dunkin' Donuts. It's like a cake.
Oh, bro.
Oh, they in Tennessee too, huh?
Yeah, I went to Dunkin' today. I got me a power breakfast. The hell had some type of vegan egg in that shit with some turkey sausage.
Yeah, well, you know, Jamba Juice, where I be getting my juice.
I fuck with
they got an impossible sausage. Impossible sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich. I ain't had it yet, but I usually get two. I get two peanut butter and banana smoothies. And then if I'm not fasting, the other day I had two of the Belgian waffles. Them must be fire when they warm them up.
Bro, every time I go to Jamba Juice, that shit tear my stomach up.
Yeah, Jamba Juice be fire.
That's because it's too healthy for you, bro.
Smoothie King too. I'm talking about every time, kid.
I ain't never had Smoothie King.
Everything is everything. You lying, bro. Smoothie King, all right. Smoothie King, $5 on Fridays though.
Yep.
You get a large for $5 on Fridays, and I be tripping because I go to Jama, and all I got to do is just go up the street less than a half a mile, and I can just give me a $5 large.
And that shit'll sit on you too, kid. You won't even be really hungry, kid. That large.
I drunk 2 large peanut butter and bananas.
That's when my supervisors be on that type of shit, eating peanut butter and bro. That's no stick to me though.
Bro, I'm fasting. It's Friday. I ain't had nothing but the 2 smoothies and some water.
I don't know how you be doing that, kid.
I don't know.
That's some extreme discipline. I commend you, kid. Only way I'm not.
You need to do it the way you out there using your stomach to play defense. You know what I mean?
Man, that's defense, man.
I ain't no damn defense.
You got to put some weight on yourself. You got
no sir. I can fire you
out like you big man.
Fire you out easy. Fire you out easy, bro.
He ain't gonna be able to do that.
Fire you out easy, bro.
Smoking that herb.
Well, I always I master doing everything on the herb, kid. So that is really not even a distraction. I was fasting. No, whoa, you know that right there. That was a whole different.
That's what I'm talking.
Whoa, oh no.
Everything said that Krispy Kreme donuts got street drugs in it.
You probably do, because you get that when especially in the morning when that light on.
Them was addictive. He said some fentanyl.
When that mug first opened, kid, in San Diego, the lines used to be, I'm talking about all down the street, kid. And they used to give them out for free. They used to walk down and just give them to you while you're in line. Give you one.
Yeah, that's the trap. They giving out them free.
Boy, you said you won the chitlin contest.
I ain't even know.
He said you won the chitlin contest. Pure did.
The chitlin contest.
Yeah, he said Sute won the chitlins.
Shit, I ain't none of them since I was a kid.
I can't do that. That's one thing I don't. That shit funky, bro. That shit make a hot.
Y'all listen. Who listened to Kanye West album for real? Though?
Not me.
I ain't listened to that.
Not one track. I ain't gonna lie to you. I heard Drake. I listened to Drake's though.
I can't tell you. I ain't even listened to that.
I ain't listening to Drake either.
It was a nice project. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't. And the nigga shit they play this. Oh, out here they play damn near every song on the radio.
Yeah, Drake got ads over there, bro. He running ads.
He run radio out here, kid. From Houston to San Antonio, every 15 minutes, sometimes every 10 minutes, bro, it's a Drake song on the radio.
That payola. That one I don't listen to the radio. They gonna make you like some shit. Like, nah, bro.
Kid, you'll be around that. We around here, nigga, jamming the shit out that shit with him and 21 and Project Pat.
But see, Drake rock with Houston though, so you know he got love out there.
This nigga run radio, kid. You cannot listen to the radio and not hear this nigga song. And in 10 minutes, you're gonna hear this man's song, one of them, and they gonna play again, another one in about 45 minutes. You're gonna hear it again. If they really, really crunk in the mix, they'll play a bunch of them hoes back. Like, God damn, bro. What about the niggas that's, you know what I'm saying?
In the city.
You know what I'm saying?
I was about to say that. They don't be playing Sauce Walker or nobody like that.
No, sometimes they had, like, depending on if GT on the radio, he gonna play everybody. He'll have a whole, you know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas will be rocking to that hoe when GT on the radio, kid, because he gonna play them old school. He played 3-6. He come on by like traffic time, kid. He used to help a nigga get through that traffic. Shit on I-10 and shit out that shit. Dope.
I ain't never heard the Sauce Walker song.
Whoa.
And I ain't gonna listen to
it. Never heard niggas say ooh-wee.
Nope.
Nah, but you really sleep though. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't sleep. I'm wide awoke.
My boy out here spitting. He don't even really write.
I don't like a lot of that. I don't like a lot of this. Listen, bro.
Yeah, it's new age.
Yeah, I can't do the new age Houston stuff.
Man, he dripping, he's splashing.
I like the legendary stuff. Listen, if Screw was still alive, he wouldn't screw no Sauce Walker.
Yes, he would.
Oh, he wouldn't, bro.
Yeah, he probably would.
You tripping, bro.
Sauce Walker would have to pay Screw to do that.
Man, a lot of people pay Screw.
Yeah, but listen to me.
I can't wait till his shit come out.
Did stuff. Screw people stuff out of love before people was paying him the money.
He put a lot of West Coast niggas on out here with they shit.
That's what I'm trying to say. So he did it out of love. I'm saying he wouldn't do that. But if Sauce Walker pay him, it's different.
But Sauce got music that nigga would touch, kid. I'm telling you, because he spit real shit, and that's the type of shit that Screw used to touch.
And that bubblegum looking hula hoop.
I'm trying to tell you,
don't drink your juice in the. Let me show y'all what Sauce.
Watts versus Screw.
Come on, man.
Let me.
Nah, I can't let you do this, bro, because you don't know who he is, bro. If you gonna let me do it. He got something out right now, kid. Put some of that on. Put some on the newest.
I'm not.
He freestyling, kid. Like everything. It's off the head, bro.
Bruh.
Come on, man.
Bruh.
This man spitting real life. Come on, man.
Bruh.
I shared that in the chat, kid, when it came out, kid.
Bruh. I don't listen to that trash.
You ain't listen to it?
I ain't listen to that trash.
Yes, you did, because I had put it on.
I did not.
Y'all turned y'all back on Flip, man.
Yeah, I did.
Can't trust y'all, man. Y'all turned y'all back on Flip.
This was Sauce Walker look like, y'all.
Who cares what he looked like?
This was Sauce Walker. So he want me to listen to it. He want me to listen to it. He want me to listen to a dude that really look like this, bro.
Hold on, man. I'm gonna tell you the song to play.
I'm not playing nothing. Do you not see this joke? Dang on joke. I'm not listening to that, bro. I'm not doing that. Straight up.
Me either, Pierre. I don't be listening to too much from this era either. I don't know I don't be knowing these motherfucking songs. NBA Youngboy and I don't know these dudes.
I don't listen to him either.
King Von
after the grad Von, I listen to Von. I can listen to Von because he ain't rapping like everybody else. That's why I can listen
different.
To him.
He sound different.
Yeah, he different. He ain't on that bubblegum stuff.
Man, I'm finished. Man, we keep on saying good bubblegum.
This dude here crying over some Sauce Walker, bro. The dude look like a damn joke. He running around here with Bo Rich in his head, bro.
Man,
what happened to the other one?
Bo Rich in his
head, bro. He pimping out here, man.
With fake fruited diamonds.
Man, this nigga out here.
What happened to the other twin though?
Twin, Sancho. Them niggas be having albums. Them niggas, I just ain't heard his shit. Let me see.
That stuff survived Texas, bro. But outside of Texas, they don't survive like it.
Man, they outside.
Texas so big, they ain't got a.
He rapping off drill beats, kid.
Bro.
On spilled. Every single one of them.
Bro. What you not hear what I said?
Support him.
Play Drake from Ills.
I'm not listening to that.
Play it. Drake from
listen
Ills.
to Drake.
ILLZ.
I don't listen to Drake though, bro. I don't listen to Drake.
I'm not telling you to play Drake. I'm telling you the song is called Drake from Ills.
I'm not playing that.
Mirror Effect.
I don't listen to this dude.
Oh, man, I'm trying to put you on, kid, and you doing that.
No, you're not. You're not putting me on, bro. That's like telling me to go listen to what's that dude name? Yeah, I'm not doing that.
No, it's not the same. Bro, you really this boy is really sleep on TSF, kid. The whole Sauce Factory, kid. You just characterized all of them just off how this man.
To a Sauce Factory, bro. Do you not realize you want me to listen to some dudes that went and got some fake diamonds colored?
Spilling? That's dripping and spilling.
They wear real diamonds and then wear fake diamonds that's colored.
I don't know about all that, man. I'm not with them niggas, but I know them niggas got a lot of money, man. And these niggas out here, I didn't been
How they get their money?
All I know is
how they get their money.
Pimping, and it's a lot of gang banging going on. It's a lot of people in that county that them boys are damn near fight you behind them niggas, bro. Behind, I guess how they
I
taking care
understand.
of them.
Okay, I understand that.
I'm just telling you what I think.
Listen, okay, I understand that, but I still ain't listening to their music.
I feel you. I was just trying to put you on. Yeah, you sleep.
Okay, so as I was saying earlier, you said I asked about the money. You just told me, so that's how they get the bread. I can see that because they keep a lot of bunnies with them.
Because they pimping.
Look at what I'm saying. Look at this dude, bro.
I understand. He had a diamond in his head, kid. I understand. I was upset.
His name
Oh,
is
yeah, the
what's the
diamond
name of crew?
What you name
His crew TSF, you said?
The Sauce Factory, kid.
The Sauce Factory.
These niggas got Chinese nigga, they got a Mexican nigga, they got all kind of niggas, bro. But they putting niggas on though, kid. This a nigga from Acres Home, this niggas from Fifth Ward, it's blood niggas, Crip niggas, like on a different level.
I'm not listening. Listen, I ain't listening to them.
I understand.
I can't even take him serious, bro. I don't care how much paper he get. I respect it. I respect the fact that he getting some paper.
Flow though, kid, and nigga
can rap. Got barrettes.
He got barrettes. That's that boy style.
I told you. You thought I was playing when I said he got barrettes in his hair. I wasn't playing. I wasn't playing. Dude, you got straight up barrettes. I ain't listening to no dude who wearing some stuff my niece got in her head.
He'll swing on you.
I don't care nothing about him swinging, bro. I ain't disrespected the man for him to swing on me. I just told him I wasn't gonna listen to his music.
Don't think just because he got the barrettes that he won't.
I'm not listening. I'm gonna say it one more time. I'm not listening to nobody's music who hair is just like my niece's. I'm not listening to your music. I can't take you serious.
I understand, bro. I can't control your preference and determining factors
outside of Texas, bro. Listen,
I hear you.
Dudes getting money.
Uh-huh.
They getting money. Listen, I done been to Dallas. I done been to Houston, ladies and gentlemen. I done been to Dallas. I done been to Houston. They getting money, but Texas is so big, they ain't gotta leave Texas to make millions of dollars.
I'm saying
whatever they pick up, like if they pick up fans in Florida, in Georgia, in California, in other parts of the states, that's just extra money because Texas is so big, it's so many clubs, it's so many venues, it's so much back end that you can make in Houston alone.
Because a whole mixtape done in New York.
I don't care where he made a mixtape. What does that matter? He made a mixtape in New York.
Outside of Texas.
This how you know you hard though. No jewelry on, plain Jane, just bars.
Thank you.
All right. You want to.
What you gonna have to say? What you got to say about Face?
That's my man. That's what I grew up on.
He ain't gonna say nothing about Face.
That's what I thought.
That's how I learned how to rap. That's how I learned how to rap. Listening to
better hush it up. So talking about some Sauce Walker. Has he done a song with Face?
Has he?
Has he done a song with Face? Yes or no? If you don't know, just say you don't know.
I don't know.
And then I'm gonna say, cause he ain't certified. He ain't did no song with Face.
He did a song with Bun B.
Did he do a song with Face?
Bun B friendly. Bun B show everybody.
Exactly.
No, he don't. He still H-Time niggas love.
Yeah, H-Town. That's what I'm saying. He in H-Town. He gonna show H-Town love, and he gonna show
Bun B show niggas love
in the D2.
Bro, he didn't. Come on.
Bun B show love all the way to Nashville.
Then he did. Rose support him, kid.
It won't be no big.
If he don't got the Scarface stamp, he got the Rose stamp, kid. Now you may not have the same respect for Rose, but Rose that's zero.
Roll that one.
Zero.
Nah, I don't
Put
listen
a
to
stamp
Zero.
on him, bro.
Oh, nah,
whoa,
I
I don't listen to
can't
Zero,
follow you
bro.
on that.
I listen to some songs that Zero been on, but I ain't gonna say I got Zero albums. I don't listen to Zero
man,
like that.
I damn near
Man,
bought
that
every
kid
single.
ghetto, boy.
I listen to Zero. I listen to Zero featured on certain songs. I ain't saying that I don't like that. I don't like Zero. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just telling you that I ain't got no Zero
tapped
album.
into him yet.
Nah, I'm cool.
But he ain't been in that part of his life yet. You know what I'm saying? Where he probably ain't never, he creme brulee and shit. So I wouldn't expect him.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right.
On Zero.
I see you, Darius Garland, Vanderbilt, Nashville, Tennessee, representative. 32 points, 8 rebounds, 11 assists. Come on now.
NBA game on?
Nah, NBA going off. Bro, it's 12.
I ain't know what time was.
Y'all done dwindled the crowd down. We was at 20-something. We at 8. Because y'all done brought up some damn Sauce Walker.
Just gonna really
Tennessee got them legends. We got we got Ball and G. Obviously, we got 3-6.
The winners. The winners.
You know what I'm saying?
The versus champions.
You need to give me a good speaker, man. I want to give me like a tailgate speaker because them hoes be loud, high, like that type of volume. I want to listen to that.
Let me tap it. Let's see.
IgA and T cells and breast milk. T cell inducing peptide. Recovery T cell depleting.
New 12 drop. New 12 drop. I seen.
Omnicron is in Wikipedia.
Knoxville.
I told niggas that shit was over here, kid. That shit killing them.
Who said something about Knoxville?
Some rapper. I ain't never
I
seen
don't know nobody in Knoxville, bro. What's his name?
Lyrical Lemonade.
We ain't listening to that nigga. We ain't listening to him.
Lyrical Lemonade.
We ain't listening to him, bro. Just chill out. I don't know nothing about him, bro.
Oh, man. Yeah, Dolph.
We got Dolph. We got Gotti Dolph. 3-6.
I ain't messing with Gotti right now.
You and your feelings, you're emotional. Hey, he ain't had nothing to do with it, dude. He would have did it a long time ago. If he would have had it done.
He tried.
That's how I feel.
Hey, what up, man?
I feel you on that. I feel
Isaiah Rashad. That's the home team.
That's the homie.
Isaiah Rashad. That's the home team. TDE. Straight from Chattanooga.
Lyrical Lemonade. That's some crazy stuff.
We got Lito, my favorite artist.
Hey, it's another dude. It's dude, Petty hard. But
I like Petty.
Yeah, Petty hard.
Lito put me on Petty, bro. Lito don't put me on so many rappers, bro. Lito put me on Petty.
We got Trip. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Notch.
And this dude, I need to kick him off.
That's why, I was trying to tell. I was trying to tell you, Travis, you gotta listen to some Trip, man.
I don't know what's going on with this dude, bro. He want me to listen to a lemonade head ass. What's his name? Drip dude. He want me to listen to that, but come on, bro. At least I'm putting you up on some fire.
Yeah, Trip that 5, boy. You don't lay something on you. You see who else? Man, if they don't get Soulja Boy ass out of here.
Man, he whack as all get out, bro.
I don't even see how dudes still rapping, making money.
People
Black
like
youngster.
stupid stuff, dog.
Black youngster trash, though, to me.
Look, bro, listen. I'm about to end this stream. I'm gonna crash out on y'all, man. Look, what we gonna do? We be back tomorrow. We gonna kick the ish. We gonna run the views up, and we gonna kick some more history and hip hop. It's the name of the new episode. Is history and hip hop. We taking over. Nah, we ain't calling no damn hip hop. That's another channel.
Yeah, that's KRS-One then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hippity hop.
Right. We gonna come up with a name for our own stuff when we kick a little history and we kick a little, you know what I'm saying, down south. Gangster. You know what I mean?
What they got her up here?
Who up there? Who that?
Baby mother. You probably ain't heard of her. She from chat.
Nah, I ain't heard of her.
Are
Are you looking at the top 20 artist list?
Yeah, well, it ain't top 20. I just put Tennessee rappers.
Oh, okay.
And they show the list up at the top.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh, yeah. Drummer boy.
Yeah, Drummer there. You get Drummer song. Drummer from Memphis. Yeah, I ain't know that though. He in the A, but he from Memphis.
Oh yeah, I knew he from Tennessee.
You really fair. But yeah, man, we gonna end this, man. Shut this down, and then we gonna bounce back like like Juvie did in the early 2000s. And we gonna come back with some fire. Come back with more fire. So I hope y'all enjoy this stream. I know it's long, but hey, it is what it is. We ain't cutting the stream down to an hour, man. We rocking out. Like the show, share the show, tell your friends, subscribe to the channel. Get a part of this. I'm calling it the new Kofi Pie-Side Research Team. We're gonna put a TN in front of Kofi Pie-Side Research Team. We remaking the group.
Kicking Kofi out.
We're kicking Kofi ass out. He'll be back as B-Nut.
Flamed up.
Talking about what's bracking.
What's bracking? Blood. Salute to the beehive. Blood.
Yeah, that'll be him.
Yeah,
we might get a little bit more into this scholarly work that we was dealing with earlier. And that's that chapter 1, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of information in that chapter. And especially dealing with Central Africa, because this is what I'm talking about I know I'm closing, but when you're talking about history, right? People don't dive into the history of Central Africa, especially when you're dealing with the Congo. So there's so many more details that go into that, right? Because when you deal with, and like when we get into chapter 3, if we deal with this essay written by Dr. Heywood, she talks about Portuguese into African, the 18th century Central African background to the Atlantic Creole cultures. And she talks about the case for Angolan Creole culture, and she get into Luso-African feudalism. You know what I'm saying? She get into a whole lot of the Luso-tropicalism and all of that stuff. But that admixture and that ignorance does something. But, you know, I really don't want to touch too much into it because I know Sute wanted that book and they ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to read the book for itself. But what y'all know about Minkisi? Y'all know anything about Minkisi? It's the sacred medicines of the Congo. Lord Congo prepared the first sacred medicine in Kisi in his vessel of the earthenware set upon 3 stones of termite mounds. This legendary act illustrates how the healer and his charm have been associated with this with the support of the Congo world from the beginning. A traditional expert in the making and dispensing of medicine in Ganga learns how to name and use the leaves which heal the fevers and assuage a troubled mind. And he also learns how to compose Vanda emphatic charms by properly collecting, preparing, measuring, and combining leaves and other elements of placement within his specially made Nkisi containers. The combined medicines and leaves are called the Belongo. Without the Belongo, the image is conceptually dead and void. But properly combined and measured and strengthened with associated songs, drumming, and dancing together with the taking of certain vows connected with the charm, the Nkisi is believed to live with an inner life of its own. Yeah, man. I'm gonna leave that right there. So I'm gonna end on that note. You know what I'm saying? Central West Africa gang gang. To all the triple OGs in the chat, we out.